Dopey.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them. Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
I'm Opie.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch and I know it.
Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio
I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshat.
And these dummies that work for us. You guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places. Ben, where's the coffee?
You rock.
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Go. Hit it.
Oh, is that obnoxious? Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show, ready to broadcast. Try, wake up, motherfuckers.
Wow. You're right. That is obnoxious.
What the hell?
Fits my mood for the day.
This is the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
No, it's
On XM Satellite Radio. I'm on XM Radio.
Anthony got a new toy.
That's from Jennifer from Seattle, was it?
Yes,
Thank you,
Jennifer.
She got a much better bullhorn than the one that I had. No offense there, Hawk. But the Radio Shack one, I wasn't digging it. Right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
All
nice.
right.
Little one.
Some people call us the pioneers of satellite radio. Thank you.
Covered wagon.
That would make me
Conestoga wagon.
That
What's
makes
it
me
called?
Sacagawea.
You are truly Sacagawea.
And for our sitting in once again and helping us out, and we
Yes.
greatly appreciate that.
Thank you.
On the show today, Gary Hoey. He's in
Yeah.
the studio. He's going to be jamming for us in a little while.
Giving the ins and outs.
Also, the Punisher will be here
Now
around 9:15.
And now we got to call him out on that.
Of course we have to.
That's all got to be. This all has to be hashed out. The Rogan stuff. You know, we had Joe Rogan on. There seems to be a little battle going on between them. A little battle.
What's going on?
Why don't they just settle down and become friends? Just settle down. But there's a battle going on between those two, and I guess we could get his side of it. The Punisher.
What's the brouhaha about?
Oh, please. It's Joe Rogan and Carlos Mencia just going at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan says that Carlos has been pilfering from people for years. He's known as a comedy thief. This is what Rogan says. Mm. And Carlos says that he kicks ass wherever he goes, and Rogan's the hack, and Carlos says that people call him the Punisher, like all the other comics and stuff. You know, comics, they don't make up nicknames for other comics, especially like flattering ones. Like, hey, it's the Punisher. I don't even want to go on after him. You know, this guy's so good, I'm going to be embarrassed getting up on stage.
Well, we're going to get to the
I've
bottom
heard
of
Can't
that.
follow the Silver Surfer.
I've heard the douchebag. I've heard the prick. I've heard things like that with you comics throwing names back and forth for each other.
Yeah.
Never the Punisher.
No.
The hack.
Yeah.
The hack is a good one.
That's a good instant feedback. Holy shit, fuckers. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Wow, we're just trying to wake people up today.
Yeah, that's our new thing every morning.
And they also call this the virus, the O&A virus.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't explained that in a while. It just gets under your skin, this whole radio show.
Jen from Seattle is an asshole. Mike.
They have begun.
It's like giving a gun to a baby.
That's right.
I like that. That's how it has to start every morning now.
Gee.
All right, where do we begin?
Wow.
Well, I guess we got to begin with faggy drinks from Starbucks and dental floss.
Office hijinks, I think.
We're going to call it office hijinks?
Office hijinks, things that happened in the office before we go to air.
We need music for that.
And one thing, yeah, sure, office hijinks. One thing was Hawk. He got a beverage from Starbucks. Now that normally sounds like nothing. Happens every day, doesn't it?
I don't know what the hell's going on with Starbucks. I remember the days when you could just get coffee.
No, it's not like that anymore.
And every once in a while they would give you an iced coffee.
Uh-huh.
It was either hot coffee or iced coffee. That was pretty much it.
And if you were getting iced coffee, whoo, you were a rebel.
You were crazy.
You're crazy, because everyone just wants that cup of joe in the morning. And what did you order there, Hawk?
I got a strawberry frappuccino.
Is that what you asked for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you asked for the faggiest drinks from Starbucks.
Oh, my God, the color, everything.
All of a sudden, the order from Starbucks comes in, and there's like 4 or 5 normal beverages, just regular coffee and iced
Bill, the
coffee.
intern, brought it, so it was here in like 3.6 seconds.
Right, Bill is an amazing,
he's
worker.
like Chinese takeout.
Yep.
Well, when you smoke crystal meth when you first get up in the morning, you can get a lot done. So,
do you smoke crystal meth?
I don't know.
You snort it.
Sorry. I guess I've never had crystal meth.
Well,
just showed everyone that.
It's like snorting a pincushion. Really hurts. If you didn't get that.
All right, so so the beverages arrived from Starbucks, and Eric's had the Q top because
that oversized bubble planetarium gumball machine dome thing that they put on.
Filled with sperm.
There's so much goodness, it doesn't even fit in a cup.
So, yeah, that's to cover up the whipped cream.
Whipped
that
cream.
They have to add to the top of the drink, and a little cherry sauce or a little cherry. There's something on top of that thing.
It's strawberry, probably.
It was more strawberry goodness.
Yeah, that's the first time they've done that. Usually it's just the whipped cream on top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there's all kinds of strawberry goop in there over it.
They usually serve that drink in a tube with a rodent in it.
It was a little shocking to see. Everybody's just got their basic cups of coffee, but you were there with this special. You were actually having dessert at 6:45 in the morning. Is pretty much what that is. It's dessert.
Yeah,
it's like getting a sundae.
His diet is fucked up between all the mayonnaise and the frappies.
Yeah.
I've been good with the mayonnaise.
No,
Hardly
you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Stop it. Every day you eat some kind of sandwich and there's mayo on it. Is this true? Yes.
Chicken salad has mayonnaise in it.
Chicken salad is horrible with that. You think it's good because it's chicken, but there's so much mayo on there. It's too much mayo for you. What was your cholesterol last time you had it checked?
It was in the high 200s.
High 2s?
Sell.
And you're still in your 20s, right?
Wow.
Holy crap.
You gotta watch that shit, bro.
Like 250
It'll bite you in the ass. Come back and bite you.
250?
Yeah.
Nah. Not fun.
250.
Holy
What's it
crap.
supposed to be?
Jesus.
I don't know, $1 something would be nice.
A buck and change for your cholesterol?
Yeah, $1 and change.
And your temperature's what, 98?
It's supposed to be anything under 2 is all right, but you're supposed to be down into mid ones, things like that are pretty good.
I'm way lower than 150.
Where are you?
Way low.
Really?
Like 130.
130?
Something around there.
That's a good one. Anywhere 150 is good. 140. You're gonna get. What do they make at Starbucks? Do they have the Lipitor Frappuccino for you? Perhaps.
I'll have the Frappuccino and a rib spreader.
And it kind of sucks because his faggy Starbucks drink took the attention away from Anthony, who was destroying his area this morning.
Well, you all know me.
First of all, when are we getting rid of everybody else? Didn't they promise that in July?
They promised that all the cubicles...
Then they promised August, end of summer. Sorry, Ann.
Yeah, all the cubicles would be gone, and we would start construction of our real cool hangout club atmosphere broadcast center. Stripper pole. It's a place for bands to set up, so people like Gary Hoey don't have to, plug into the PlayStation and through the television. Mars comes in and he's like, if you want to go from Gary to the TV, let me know. I got to flip this and switch. And we're like,
Anybody got any tinfoil?
Yeah. So, at some point we want everything gone, and we're going to have a nice, cool club atmosphere out there. Cool. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It was supposed to happen already.
Debut.
They were supposed to happen already, but instead we're squashed into a glass office.
We got the glass office, which on
Anthony
the door.
and I gave up our private offices for Ron and Fez.
Yeah,
assuming that they were going to take care of this whole mess.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're all squished into the glass office, and it's getting a little too close for comfort.
Little tight, let's say. Now Ron and Fez have their own office.
By the way, Eric Logan now says it'll happen early next year.
Real. Oh, now it's early next year.
Well, it's already the end. We're
yeah,
into
but
the
when they
quarter.
say that, how about let's start it late this year?
How about we start now?
Right.
We've been around
Even
long enough.
better.
We've been here over a year officially. We've been around here long enough to know that everyone else in this space, in these cubicles, absolutely do nothing.
Oh,
they don't need that space. What do they do?
Can we have some comfort level when we look people in the eyes at this place?
You
Can we
still
have
to
just a
walk
little
across
bit
that
of
space to get back to the office.
What the fuck do they do, though?
I was just starting to hit it off with
who?
Our pal.
Who? Who? I don't even know their names. Who? Why is Big Kev
used to be called the Oompa Loompa?
Why does Big Kev have to whisper the name up?
Buddy.
Buddy? Who's Buddy?
I'm just hitting it off with Buddy now.
He runs Frank's Place?
Frank's Place.
Frank's Place runs itself.
No, but Buddy's cool. He's a fan of the show.
It's dead guy music.
We chit-chat. And now, you're making things uncomfortable. I'm not saying get out because I don't enjoy some of the people that come in here. I'm saying get out because we need a stripper pole and a stage.
I'm not.
And there's a great Lincoln Center facility that these people will be going to.
I'm not questioning if they're nice people. I just know they don't do anything.
If it's a choice between clothes.
Oh, my God, Opie. You're out of here right on my heels. How do you know what people are doing?
I've hung around long enough to know they don't do shit.
Buddy's at his desk every day doing something on that computer.
All right. You've been here a year. What does Buddy do?
He runs Frank's Place.
And what does that mean?
You got to run it.
By doing what?
Doing the job that takes what Buddy does to get Frank's music on Frank's Place.
It's a master computer. It's a computer filled with music from dead guys.
All right, look, I don't know what he does.
All right,
okay?
Thank you. At least I'm being honest.
I don't know, but he's a nice enough guy.
What does the guy do that is like 2 cubicles over there?
2 straight up?
Yeah, what does he do?
Oh, that's the Broadway thing. Don't get me started.
Who wants a Frappuccino?
Anyway, the point we're trying to make, now Elo's saying that it's going to be early next year, which is like, what? This was supposed to happen already. This was promised to us. One of the many things promised to us.
And I have, let me make this straight, I have no problem with Ron and Fez. I love the guys. I love their show. They're friends. Always will be. Have been for years. Their staff, on the other hand, are fuckwads that are liars and thieves. They are liars and thieves. And they come into our office, even though it says no one, I don't know what the sign says. What does the sign say? It says Opie and Anthony personnel only in here, allowed.
Why are they using our office? We already gave up
I don't know.
our offices.
I don't know. They have, Ron and Fez have an office. They should be able to use that, whatever computers they need in there, everything. There shouldn't be a reason they have to come into our office. If, by chance, there is something in our office that they need, they should make a phone call or ask or something, but it is run in there, pillage, and run out. It's like that video. I'm playing Rome, that game Rome. Oh, it's just like that. They run in, pillage the village, take what they can, and leave, and then lie about it. You motherfuckers! Their staff are liars and thieves, and this hasn't stopped. We got a picture of Paul, one of their interns, on my computer, which, basically wouldn't be a big deal. But that's just the start of it, because then shit gets fucked up all over my desk, and that was proven today. Today, I sit down. I'm trying to get online. Oh, here it is. If you are not a member of the O&A staff, you should not be in this office. Thank you. So, I'm at the desk, and I'm trying to use the computer. Ope's coming up with fun, fascinating, sexy websites to go to, you ass.
I was just fucking with you guys, and you know that.
That was really funny.
Actually, I started off good, though, right?
You started off very good. What's that chick's name?
Kelly Monaco.
Kelly Monaco. Holy shit, he goes, and put Kelly Monaco in the Google images.
I go immediately, put Kelly Monaco into your Google. Hit pictures, and Kelly Monaco is trying to hide her Playboy past. She was on the cover of FHM recently.
Yeah.
And, oh, my God.
Hotness.
Just
hotness.
The hotness ensues.
Yeah, really good.
So we were checking out some fine pictures of Kelly Monaco. And then, where was the other? Don't give it away.
Yeah.
And then,
then the other site.
Talk about your dumb desk for a minute.
Yeah, so I'm sitting at the desk, and I've had problems now with the desk because Paul's using my computer. I don't like people using my computer. It's not, your basic standard issue office computer. It's an Alienware gaming monster, and I don't want viruses in there slowing shit down. God knows where he's going online. God knows what wasteland of pornography this guy is logging onto and downloading all kinds of cookies. So I really don't like people using my computer. There's other computers that can be used besides mine. But we were dealing with that the other day. And then Harry, their other guy, and Harry is the bigger motherfucker. Paul's just a big dumb oaf. Harry is a lion sack of cunt. He is a fucking asshole. I cannot stand Harry. I find a matchbook on my desk, and there is a name and number in it. The name is Harry, and the number is Harry's phone number. It's Harry's phone number in a matchbook on my desk. Now, this normally wouldn't bother me, but I can't stand Harry. And I'm wondering, why is Harry's name and number on my desk? Why? Obviously, someone's in there. He didn't stand by the door, not come in the office and lob it onto my desk. He's doing something on my desk, digging through his pockets, pulls that out, and God knows what sick reason he had for having a matchbook with his name and phone number on it. Like he's going to be slipping it to chicks. He's got a whole book. He's got a whole box of matches waiting that he pre-signs just in case any chicks want to fucking his name and number.
Hey, you want to take an art test?
Here you go. Yeah. So there's something going on. Something going on with our office and my desk. Because my desk is right by the door, so I guess it's convenient to just come and sit down. So then today I'm going through some websites. I got the newspapers up there. And every day is a little more shit happening on my desk. I'm guilty of it, but you know something? It's my fucking desk. If I want to stack crap up on it, that's fine. I don't want other people's crap on my desk. So I sit down, and I'm going through the website, and I look over, and there's a Starbucks cup on my desk. And I go to pick it up, and it's ice cold, so it wasn't somebody from our staff. And it's 3/4 full. It's got the brown gook around the mouth, little porthole that you suck out of the bung hole that you suck out of. It's all drippy and sitting on my desk. Some asshole just put it down there like that's just a bar. The bartender will come in the morning and clean it up. That's me. I'll put my apron on and clean up for everybody. So, you know me. You've known me over the years. I take it. I lose my fucking mind. That's it. I'm on off. I'm not a dimmer switch. I'm off. Everything's fine and dandy. Motherfucker, I'm throwing shit.
Bam!
That's how it happens. So I just start going, what is all this shit on my desk? And now it gets all thrown away. Everything on my desk, whoosh, into the garbage. And I felt bad because I had some open water that spilled on the floor, and Nathaniel was all nervous. No. It was like when Mommy and Daddy are yelling and something spills, and the kids run to pick it up and look up at the kid.
No, I'm going to call you out on something because some lovely listener sent us yellow roses in honor of our first year on XM satellite radio.
Yeah.
And you said the flowers were lovely, but something like they have to go too because you were so annoyed at all the clutter on your desk. So
I thought they were from Johnny Fontaine for getting him that part in the picture, and I just said take him away. No?
Very good. So some lovely lady out there, it was a woman, right? Sent the flowers in because of all the lofts we've given her in the past year. They're really nice. They arrived, I guess, after the show yesterday.
They were beautiful.
They were displayed nicely on your desk because the card was made out to you and Jim.
beautiful.
And, they were perfect yellow roses. And you said, I like the roses, but they have to go too. She spent her hard-earned money, and you threw them in the garbage, and the water from the vase went all over the rug, and the interns had to scatter and clean up the water for you.
Opie, you know when we're bombing Al-Qaeda and sometimes a school gets hit?
Yeah.
It's called collateral damage. That's what happened with the flowers. I'd like to make a statement. I never intended any harm to those flowers. But in this war against assholes that are putting shit on my desk, sometimes the innocent will suffer. And my sympathies go out.
And by the way, a lot of people checking in already on the phones and the instant feedback, calling you a workspace diva.
I am not a workspace diva.
Or a workplace diva, I think would sound a little better.
I am absolutely not.
You better explain the one item you did find on your desk, which I think will bring everyone onto your side.
Now, here's what made me lose my mind even more. Now I'm losing my mind anyway. I was throwing away everything on my desk. Didn't care what it was. There was a pile of sweatshirts, a hat, T-shirts that someone had put on my desk. I don't know why they were there, whose they were.
The Opie and Anthony marketing plan?
Yeah. Those all went in the garbage. Everything went in the garbage off of my desk.
Yeah.
Because I knew nothing on that desk except the computer and keyboard and mouse and joystick were important to me. Everything else was garbage, and it went in the garbage. So I pick up some of the garbage and throw it in the desk, and I look, and to my horror, just to the left of my keyboard is one of those flossing sticks. You ever see these things? They're plastic, single-use floss, dental floss stuff. It's strung like a one-stringed harp, and you take it, and you put it between your teeth, and you floss. That used sitting on my desk next to my keyboard. Some motherfucking dental hygienically good guy.
Good guy?
Well, he was...
You should have used the word challenge.
No, he's actually pretty good then. If he's... Who's got good teeth around here? He's the culprit. Well, whoever it is. And none of our staff.
Well, we know it's not Eric.
Yeah. Oh, look at how nasty Eric answered you. Just know that old gag. No, I asked
That'll
our
just
staff.
make us try harder. You know that, Eric. All right.
No one on our staff fessed up to it, and since our staff are not full of thieves and liars, I believe them. Since Ron and Fez's staff has been proven to be thieves and liars. Put that page down. It's one of the websites you made me go to.
All right, we'll get to that in a second.
After that sexy chick, you make me go there. Ass. And I am blaming it on one of their staff because they have been proven to be people that come into our office and do things, use things, steal things, and use things they're not supposed to use. And this will not end right here with this show either. The Wickland's coming in? When?
Yeah, we're going to get some guys fired.
Yep. That's what's happening.
It's pretty obvious. We need to fire some people, and that will go down.
I know through Ron and Fez that Wickland's supposed to come in Friday, and there's some shit going down there.
Yeah,
I am going over Wiki's head. I'm saying it right now. ELO, Eric Logan, is getting a call from me, and he never gets a call from me. Getting a call. I want this shit sorted out. I want heads to roll. Well, because I'm sick of this.
There was another thing that happened. Someone went through...
Yeah, and this is bigger than my personal divaness.
Someone went through Ben's Rolodex.
Someone? Let's just say who the fuck it was. Fuck dick asshole Harry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That idiot. Again, he comes in. Now, apparently Danny was witness to this whole thing.
Danny. We deal with the facts on this program.
Right. Facts.
What did Danny say?
Well, just that.
All right, thank you, Danny.
Yes. Harry.
No.
Harry walks into our office.
Just doesn't even like, ask if this is cool. Should I call this person and find out? Just decides that, it wouldn't be a problem at all to just start flipping through Ben's Rolodex.
Ben's personal show Rolodex. Now, this is stuff that has numbers to our guests in it. Guests of the radio show, which, by the way, are very coveted by radio shows. Yeah, those are relationships that you have built up over the years that you want to keep, some of them exclusive. You don't want thieves from other programs pilfering not only your change from your desk and your computer time, but guests from your show. And I don't know if he was going for that or what he was going for, what number it was, but just the fact that you go into Ben's personal Rolodex, pulls out one of the cards, leaves the office, goes to the copy machine, comes back, and pops it back in the Rolodex. Now, we have no clue what it is, but we will find out today and get to the bottom of whose name and number he's thieving without calling Ben and saying, I'm going through your personal phone book here, your Rolodex.
Well, let's call Harry right now and get to the bottom of it.
Oh, what's his number?
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's got it.
See,
I know
Harry,
Ronnie gave it out over the air.
Harry's not qualified to do the job for Ron and Fez.
Nope, he's proven himself to be
And I think he's in
inept.
a major panic at this point, and now he's
Yep.
desperate, and he's going to go through our shit and our Rolodex and hang out in our office and find little nuggets and things he could bring to the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
And that will be his demise now. That will be his demise.
Again, I want to make clear, I have no problem with Ron and Fez. Love those guys.
Oh, yeah, we're not
Love those guys.
We're not saying anything about Ron and Fez.
Their shit staff
They
that
deserve
they have
better.
working with
They
them.
deserve
They
a better
absolutely deserve
behind-the-scenes
better.
staff.
And God bless, they do have one guy on there. I don't know his name. I don't know our own intern's names. They do have one guy that does seem to be stepping up and doing a good job.
And Earl
and they're happy with him. And Earl has been unbelievable.
Earl's been the MVP, I'm hearing.
As the producer
of
the Ron and Fez show. He's good on mic. And they've been commenting on the fact of how good he is on mic. They ask him a question, he's not like, oh, I don't want to talk. Just fuck you. He's very happy now. Everyone comes here and they get happy.
And
I was all happy until their asshole staff came in.
Right, and there's the dental floss on your desk.
Oh, you put it up on Foundry? Yeah, there it is.
You have no problems, usually.
You know how sick I get with people's disgust? There's somebody's dental floss on my desk where I eat, where me and my wife sleep, where my children come to play with their toys.
That's right. That's right, Anthony. That's right. All right, here's the deal. Don't give away this website because I want.
Oh, I want it all kept for myself.
I want to give a little treat out to everybody out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give out a website for everybody to check out.
Are they laughing at me?
No. What are they laughing at?
I don't know. There's fun and hijinks. The door open and everyone's just laughing.
Well, Eric, Eric, ask what they're laughing about because I'm setting up something here and I don't want. They're
just laughing at Poe, maybe.
Huh?
Oh, no.
What?
What was that?
One of the interns was singing Elvis, and Poe thought it was really funny.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Oh, is that great? People are asking, why don't you lock the door to the office? Why doesn't the office door get locked when we leave? It is because our staff is working diligently for the next day's program.
They're here.
So they're in and out of the office.
Most of the day.
Most of the day. And a lot of the times they're not in the office, but they're here. And it would be a pain in the ass to have to lock the door every time you leave the office to go to the production studio or something and then go back into the office and unlock it again.
All right, here's the deal. I'm going to give out a website. I want the listeners to enjoy this website, and then we'll go right to the phones after the break to see what they think of the website, okay? I gave Anthony the Kelly Monaco thing.
Yeah, which is so hot. Pop her name into Google Images.
And Adam goes, let's see picture number 2. And what did Anthony say?
We've already been there.
We already
been there.
We already saw that one.
You never backtrack. When you're on a limited time basis and you have a lot of naked pictures to look through, you don't backtrack.
Okay, but I wasn't there for the first viewing.
Your problem. Adam,
I was sitting there getting ready for the show. I was flossing.
Adam, and way to make it sound sexy. Go back to the one where it looks like she's taking a shit.
Yeah,
well, it does.
Go back to that. Yeah, she's kind of squatting and pushing her tits together with her biceps, and
yeah.
it was a hot shot, but we had moved on.
Mm-hmm.
It had been filed.
I was still drinking
in my spank bubble.
I was still taking it in.
And then we moved on to another fine website called undergear.com.
Undergear.com.
Everybody go to undergear.com and check it out. Mm-hmm. Check it out, boys. And with that, we should get some music from Gary Hoey. What's up, Gary?
Hey, buddy. How you guys doing?
I don't know if you're plugged in. I have no idea.
I know we haven't done a sound check, but, let's see if we can get any guitar coming up here. I don't know if there's anything going on. Let me see.
How does that sound to you? Sounds good in
one headphone. We got one headphone working.
Oh, boy.
That's not too bad, since we never even did a sound check.
At least we got half of it.
We got half a Hoey.
All right,
he's got half a hoe.
He's got a screw at the PlayStation. Oh, is that the other one? Yep.
We got a nice squeal.
I got two now.
We got two?
You got two?
Yeah, what is that nice squeal? What is that?
Uh-oh.
What is that squeal?
Very good. Gary Hoey in the house today.
Even with the squeal, yeah.
We're working with it, man. You were trying to make it musical like Hendrix did.
Yeah,
you know?
it worked. Wow, that rocks,
good.
man.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
Can someone print out the instant feedback?
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Are they really getting brutal?
It worked perfectly. Are you reading it?
Yeah.
Hold on, Gary. We'll get to you in a second. So I guess a lot of the fine listeners are going to undergear.com.
Undergear. That should have remained in the secret room.
Hey, you tools, why the fuck did you send me to a man's underwear site? You suck.
What's up with all the banana hammocks?
You shit dicks.
Curse you.
What the fuck are you doing, you assholes? Oh my fucking God, Opie, curse you. Thanks a lot, Ope. I feel gay for just having typed that website into my computer. Opie, undergear.com is for faggots.
Gee.
Garbage dick from Whackbag. What's up with all the banana hammocks?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, man, it was in our paper today, and we figured we shouldn't be the only ones
suffering. What was that, in the Post or the Daily News? Yeah, Daily News?
Daily News. Where is that? Where's the thing again?
It's like Big Boy Undies.
Oh, yeah.
That was the title? Or?
Well, they do a section in the Daily News, I guess, on Thursdays called In the Know. It's stuff that I guess we should know about.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we didn't know about, but now we know about. I don't know.
I'm sure it's for that, not just you look at it and go, no!
There's a
No?
guy in underpants that we all used to wear when we were maybe 3.
Never
2.
wore them.
You didn't have underwear like that when you were 2?
With flowers on it? No.
This doesn't have flowers. It has little.
I had like Speed Racer. I had Speed Racer.
It has little.
Pajamas,
it has a fire truck.
Oh, then it's fine.
And a fireman's helmet.
All right. Well, that's much
That's
better.
not a fireman's helmet printed on it.
And a fire extinguisher.
Is there only one?
That's not a hose.
So the guy's wearing the underpants that your 2 or 3-year-old might be wearing right now.
Yeah.
And
but he's like
if he was in
guy.
the road company of Les Mis.
It says Big Boy Underpants. Remember those adorable underoos your brother used to wear? Somewhere along the line, guys stopped wearing their cartoons under their pants and gave in to plaid. Now they can revert back to childhood.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Undergear offers retro-inspired men's underwear that's cute but in a grown-up way. Which may inspire you to play grown-up games. Dude, what chick is taking you seriously if all of a sudden they take your jeans off and that's what you're
wearing, man?
You really think a chick is going to see that underwear?
Well, I guess you might be
That's
right on
for
that
your
one,
Frappuccino drinkers right there.
Grant Wyman here from Dairy Mart saying, my computer needs a robe, is what he said after popping up that wonderful site, Undergear.
But we were laughing pretty hard.
And Jimmy Norton checking in from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, love the site. I don't think that's really Jimmy.
All right, well, there you have it.
Put in his real email address and everything.
Kelly Monaco. Go to
yeah, that'll wash it off. That'll cleanse the palate.
That'll cleanse the gay.
Oh, my God. Look at the picture. Yeah.
There you go.
Just popped up there.
Yeah, go Kelly Monaco, Monaco. Hit images on the Google, and you'll see some fine pictures.
She's on a beach wearing 2 strands of beads. What show
is she on? Is she on that dance show or something? She's on something. And she's trying to, avoid the fact that she was in Playboy and all that, now that she's more mainstream. But the pictures, thanks to the Internet, are still all over the place. General Hospital, 1963. She must have played an infant.
No, that's just when the show started.
Oh, is that how they do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right, yeah.
Who did she play in General Hospital?
Oh, she's a soap star. Samantha McCall.
That was way after my time.
Why are you asking
that show?
You watched General Hospital?
I used to watch it in about 83, 84, the whole, during the Luke and Laura phase, Opie. That's when I was watching Jen Ho.
In your underoos?
Oh, Dancing with the Stars. Okay, she's on Dancing with the Stars.
Those were the dark years for me, Opie. That was, I was getting older, but still wanted to lead the life of a child. So I didn't have a job, but I didn't have money. And I was living with various friends in their houses and stuff.
And you guys all had your underoos on?
And, underoos, of course.
And sat around and watched General Hospital. Of course, you had to watch General Hospital.
My job, to actually earn my keep in one of my friend's houses, I had to clean up. I had to, be the maid. I was the maid of the house. And I would stop and watch General Hospital in the afternoon. It's the dark years.
I'll do the laundry after my stories.
Yeah. My programs are coming up. Leave me alone.
The very dark years.
Yes.
All right. Gary Hoey, what do you got going on, man?
Well, I just got a new CD out called Monster Surf. We just put out over the summer. We did a remake of a lot of old, just classic surf songs and good summertime stuff.
Yeah.
Been out touring like crazy all over the country and having some fun, man. Heading to Asia on Tuesday.
Asia?
Yeah, heading to China and a few other places like Taiwan.
And you're just going to play over there?
Yeah, man, they're crazy over American rock and roll. They
really, it's still going strong over there.
Man, we played in Indonesia. We played like the World Trade Center. It was sold out. We've been just doing great over there. I've been going for about 3 years now.
Is that where it is now? Indonesia?
Yeah, they have
Jesus.
their. Yeah, it's crazy over there.
Bastards.
But yeah, we're heading over there, and then we're going to be back and doing the fall, the Christmas tour coming up. The Ho Ho Hoey will be back for
Ho Ho Hoey,
the
of
Christmas
course.
thing. So we're
Gary Hoey.
We remember
Gary Hoey's gonna come in and do Ho Ho Hoey.
Our old promotions guy.
Where's Ben? Ben loves
Roger.
The Roger stories.
Yeah,
Roger. And we have Gary Hoey coming in. Ho Ho Hoey.
Hoey will be doing Ho Ho Hoey.
Yeah. So, yeah, things are going good, man. I left L.A. about a year ago. Probably just about the time you guys went on the air, man. I split from L.A. and came back to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Living in the country, loving it, up in New Hampshire.
From L.A. to New Hampshire, that's
That's
kind
a big adjustment.
Kind of a jump.
Well, I spent 17 years out there, so it was enough for me, man.
Did you have to leave, or?
Oh, I had to go. Well, I have 2 kids, and it was just not a place to raise kids.
No, huh?
When I was single, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're raising kids in teaching them how to get syrup from a tree?
Yeah, pretty.
Like that. I don't know what else they do up there.
You know, you just walking in the woods, man. They go walking in the woods. We play around. We live on a cul-de-sac. There's only 4 houses. We have 2 acres of land. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Nice.
And then I go on the road and I rock the world, and I come home and get sap out of trees. It's a nice change, you know.
Do a little snowboarding and all that up there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been skiing, snowing, snowboarding. Matter of fact, my son, he was born in California, so he asked me to make a half pipe out of snow in the front yard. So we worked last Christmas. We did a half pipe out of snow.
Now, did you ever do any surfing out in California?
Oh yeah. Well, I scored.
Not much surfing in Vermont, though.
There's not. No, I scored Endless Summer 2, a classic surf film, 10 years ago, and I got to hang out with like Kelly Slater and all the pro surfers. So they taught me how to surf. I taught them how to play guitar.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
I'm not a great
that's a nice
surfer,
trade-off.
but it's fun. Yeah.
They're probably not great guitarists either.
You know, exactly. It was a trade-off. Yeah.
There you go. Well, very cool to have you here today, man.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, definitely.
Rocks.
You want to play us into break with something?
Yeah, I was thinking we're having, this is off a new CD. We're having so much fun. I thought we'd do fun.
All right, fun.
Here we go.
Like Gary Hoey. Come on, Gary Hoey live in studio today.
That is great.
Not too shabby.
Thank you.
More with Adam Ferrara, Gary Hoey on the way. We got Carlos Mencia coming in. And
the Punisher.
The Punisher, and oh wow, Susie Essman's coming in too from Curb Your Enthusiasm. We'll continue in just a bit.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you've never seen it before?
Looks like a rock.
New from Sedentary Toys and the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It's got corners.
It's the cool new toy that has everyone jumping for joy.
O&A Party Rock!
It's not just any rock.
It's the O&A Party Rock. The O&A Party Rock is incredibly versatile.
You can chuck it, you can fuck it, you can drop it in a bucket.
You can race it, you can chase it, you can yell right in its face. It's the bestest friend you'll ever have.
O&A Party Rock!
Why is it wearing a party hat?
Every Party Rock comes dressed in a colorful party hat and party blower, making it the centerpiece of any party.
Now with shiny red dancing shoes.
Not only that, the O&A Party Rock is
it's a fucking rock, you dildo.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Rock. Gary Hoey in studio today, taking us in and out of break.
Go ahead and floss, Dano.
And we found out that Gary's going to Asia. Gary Hoey's going to Asia.
Really? I'm going to be at Montclair Rascals tonight.
Are you, Adam
Oh,
Ferrara?
yes. And there's a lot of Asians there, I heard.
Yes. Well, someone on the instant feedback, it looks like Kevin from Westfield, Mass. He goes, hey, Gary, you might want to tone down the surf songs when you play in Indonesia.
That's funny.
Yeah, this song scares the shit out of him.
That's why we have the greatest listeners in the world, man. A lot of comedy writers out there. Let's say hi to Chainsaw, the trucker. Chainsaw, what's up?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, Chainsaw.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, have no fear. Playboy will not allow Kelly Monaco's dark past to go unnoticed. They're going to publish some unpublished photos from Miss April 1997 in this November's issue, just to remind all the...
the pics that weren't good enough?
Yeah, well, she wants to ignore her past, but Playboy's like, no way, man. Mm-hmm. No way, you're a hot item right now. We got pics, so... All right, good. The December issue of Playboy will have some Kelly Monaco.
No, man. November's issue.
Oh, November. That's got to be out. That's
got to be out now.
Probably out last month.
Yeah, that was out in March.
Some odd thing about those magazines, you know.
All right, now I'm all confused because November is like 2 months ago in the Playboy world.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just got mine shipped to me last week. I just got November, so it'll go on.
Where the hell you live? Arkansas?
Yeah, come on.
No, fucking El Paso, Texas.
All right. Thank you, Chainsaw.
El Paso City.
All right, bye.
Well, we should get into some news because there's a lot of big things happening.
Oh, there's the she's taking a dump picture for you, Adam.
There it
is,
you
wanted to look at.
There you go.
There you
the one you rudely interrupted me for.
How long was I?
There you go in all its glory.
How dare I want to look at that, and we can go to bigboyunderwear.com.
It wasn't Big Boy.
Whatever it is.
Undergear.
Undergear. And cock.
And there's some emails coming in from a gay guy saying, he goes, we gay guys have known about Undergear for years.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Enjoy.
It made it to the breeders today.
Well, here's the top story.
The breeders.
The paper's great, too.
What?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
What are they hinting at?
What are they hinting at?
I gotta love the New York Post. What are they hinting at? They don't want to come out and say it, so they just hint. Mission Impossible, Tom and Katie's baby Joy.
Yeah, it seems Tom has impregnated her.
Right through his underoos.
Did he? You think? Or is it artificial? Why? He's got 2 adopted kids, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Why did he adopt? Who was barren?
He didn't want to lose his figure.
Big Kev knows a lot of the celebrity shit.
Because Nicole Kidman didn't want to ruin her body.
Didn't want to ruin her body is why. Well, that's a good reason.
That's bullshit.
Really?
Because they could at least taken her eggs. I'm thinking if you're a woman, you don't want to ruin your body. At least you want the kids to have
your genes.
Your genes.
I think
technology
there's a lot
is pretty cool out there these days. You pop the eggs out and throw them in somewhere else, and voila.
There's a lot more to getting those eggs than you've led to believe. It ain't like a guy giving a sperm sample.
How hard can
That's
it be?
like surgery
for a woman. They advertise in movie theaters for women to donate their eggs.
Yeah, but it's not like an easy thing.
Yeah, it is. You just get a strainer.
No, it's not a. The egg is spent at that point.
Oh.
It's spent. You can't just once a month put a spaghetti colander underneath her.
Oh, you got to be like one of those grape pickers
and go looking through it.
One of those grape pickers at the vineyard.
There you go, like a grape picker.
You have to pick it off the vine.
They got to go deep. They got to do some cutting.
Oh, I thought you just needed a strainer.
No, I think once it comes out and starts fiddling around in the fallopian tube, there could be a problem with just gathering it up. I think they got to get it right off the vine.
Right off the vine, okay.
And, well, that's probably why she didn't want to do that.
No offense to Big Kev's info, but I'm thinking, if you're producing the eggs, then you're going to make a kid somehow with your own shit.
She didn't want to ruin the body either by having a baby, I guess, or by going into the hospital and having
we'll never
hack
get
an egg
the full
out.
Story.
Of course we won't.
That's one of the questions I'm going to ask God.
Now, what about...
we all have those questions for God.
What about the other girls he's been with?
Mimi Rogers?
Mimi Rogers.
He was married to Mimi.
What about Mimi? Nothing? Kev, no?
Nope.
Mimi Rogers he didn't have a baby with. Where's the problem there? What about the other one, Penelope Cruz? Wasn't married to her, but he was with her for a while. Were they using the condoms?
I don't know.
Or the absolutely no sex because he's gay?
We don't know what.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's an option.
We don't know what he is. Yeah, all right.
And
that old gag.
And neither does the Post, because by putting Mission Impossible, they're saying it's impossible that this guy impregnated this hot chick. We all know that's what they mean.
That's basically what they're trying to say, right?
Mission Impossible. How did his gay penis get into her and impregnate her?
Right.
But, no, apparently they're very in love.
Should we play Write the Joke today? Because
Right.
we do have great listeners out there with comedic skills.
Mm-hmm.
This is the big story, Tom and Katie having a baby. Write the joke. What's the joke? David Letterman and Jay Leno last night both had the exact same joke.
Did they?
But I think we could do even better.
What was the joke?
They said, well, I'm not a stand-up, but basically, hey, did you hear Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are going to have a baby? Applause, 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 applause. Yeah, I guess that the Oprah couch wasn't the only thing he was bouncing up and down on.
They were having sex.
So, and they both had the exact same joke last night, Leno and Letterman. I think our listeners could come up with a better joke as far as this Tom and Katie thing goes.
The baby be Holmes' first child, Cruise's first biological child. He already has 2 kids. Lil Connor, 10, and Isabella, 12, with his ex-wife, Nicole Kidman. Holmes' lawyer dad, Marty, and homemaker mom, Kathy, did not return calls for comment.
As they are sedated.
Oh, boy. But earlier this year, her uncle, Fritz Holmes, admitted that the family wasn't happy about Katie's involvement with the Scientology-following star, reportedly telling a friend, quote, I think Tom seems like a real jerk. I give it 60 days.
All right.
That's the over-under.
Let's go to Chicago. Kevin?
Yeah.
Hey.
How you doing, guys?
What's up?
Very good.
Hey, how you doing, Anthony? I just wanted to let you know that my daughter and some of her friends have actually had their eggs removed. They've actually donated them. And,
how do they do that?
It's just a simple procedure. It goes about 6 weeks. You get some hormone injections. They actually inject themselves with hormones. They go into an office and they just take a syringe type of device, go in right through the wall of the uterus and extract the eggs, and they make about $5,000.
Yikes! Five large per egg?
No, just for the whole thing.
Oh, for the whole procedure?
Yeah, and they get several eggs out of it. So it can be done. It's not that big a deal.
All right.
No, dude, what you just said sounds like a big deal. Hormone shots for 6 weeks,
that sounds
and
like
then
a
syringe through your belly. How come that's not a big thing, but the same thing used to be the rabies cure? Remember that? You got to get needles in your stomach, and that was a nightmare. But you, it's like, no, it's no big deal. You know why? Because you don't have ovaries, my friend. How about you take some hormones, and then we'll stick a syringe into your testicles for a while, and see how you come back and say how that was easy.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. I had a vasectomy. That was a lot of fun.
Vasectomy.
That was a good time.
All right, thank you, sir. We're gonna try the write the joke. It might be a brand new bit on the Opie and Anthony show, starting with this one. Let's say hi to Mouse the trucker. Mouse.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
How you boys doing?
Are you gonna try the joke?
Yeah, he got her pregnant because she wore a Rob Thomas mask.
Hey ho!
That's very funny.
We need the.
I don't have a rim
shot.
I don't think I have a rim shot.
Yeah, we need a rim shot.
You got a rim shot now?
How could we be a wacky radio show with no rim shot?
Derek will find a rim shot for us, okay? If we're gonna play write the joke,
I
we
bet
need a
Tom
rim shot.
Cruise has a rim shot.
Hey!
How come I'm looking for a rim shot and I found the timpani drum roll I was looking for the other day, and I found it in 2 seconds looking for the rim shot?
All right, Mouse, thank you.
Bastards.
You, write the joke on the Opie and Anthony program. Lori, Wisconsin, what's up?
Oh, well, I don't have a joke. I know why he didn't get Mimi Rogers pregnant.
Why?
Well, according to her, they quit having sex because he had to purify his cock.
What?
Say that again.
I think. I know that's
say
really
it again
hot.
with the Wisconsin accent.
Yeah, please say that again, Lori.
According to Mimi, they quit having sex because Tom needed to purify his cock.
All right.
She's a lady.
That makes sense.
Whoa. All right, rocks. Thank
So,
you.
Is that a Scientology thing, I guess? You got to go through purification?
I guess.
You'll have some thetans in your penis.
Put a little captain's hat on the end of your dick.
Got to get rid of them.
And you know, when you're in Scientology, I guess you can't use, like, painkillers when you're giving birth.
No?
No?
So, good luck to you. Good luck, Katie. Good luck.
I don't think she's as deep into this Scientology thing as Tom is.
No.
I think she's just trying to be a trooper about it, but I think she thinks it's a little kooky.
All right, we got some audio. Katie and Tom having a baby.
Back here in Times Square, the talk is about great expectations in Hollywood. Tom Cruise and fiancée Katie Holmes expecting a baby. It caps the whirlwind romance, making headlines from the start. And ABC's Heather Nauert has the latest.
It's been only 6 months since Tom Cruise announced to the world that he'd met an incredible woman. The love match between Tom and Katie Holmes has been fast and furious. And now the engaged couple has even more exciting news. Tom's sister Leanne told ABC News that the 26-year-old actress is pregnant. Katie's feeling just fine, according to People magazine, which broke the story.
Katie has been feeling great, and she's actually been very active. You know, on the weekends when Tom has off, they've been biking and they've been hiking and really enjoying quality family time. So right now, the pregnancy has not slowed her down thus far.
He's doing a lot of activities. Jeez.
Biking, hiking, anything to get his mind off what he had to do to get her pregnant.
Biking,
oh
hiking.
My God, let's not remember that. It was horrible.
I don't hear any activities that involve the bedroom.
Rogers once told Playboy she split from Cruise in 1990 because he had stopped having sex with her because he thought of becoming a monk and needed to purify his instrument. She later insisted she had been joking.
All right.
I'm sure after Cruise's lawyers pounded down her door.
Right. Let's say hi to Dugout Doug. You write the joke on the Opie and Anthony program. Yes, Doug.
Hey, guys, this is something cheesy one of the late-night guys would say. Hey, he's having a child with Katie so he could be the father and the grandfather at the same time.
Hold on, I'm trying to sort it out.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I like this delivery, though.
The delivery saved it.
Well, it's supposed to be a fucking Letterman joke.
All right, the hacky
but I don't even understand.
Delivery was good.
Where was it going? The fact that she's so young?
Old and she's young, yeah.
Father and grandfather at the same time.
You know, when I suck on purpose. Now I'm punching the fuck out.
All right, thank you, Dugout Doug. Let's go to Miami. John?
Yeah. Katie Holmes is the first woman ever to be impregnated through anal sex. Faggot motherfucker.
Well, all right, we're playing You Write the Joke.
Oh, my
Some will be
God.
bombs. Oof. Holy crap. All right, here's some more audio.
She'll need her energy. She still has a wedding to plan. Cruz, an active Scientologist, reportedly wants to get married here at the Scientology Celebrity Center in Hollywood, a mysterious and secretive place. Meanwhile, Holmes, raised a Catholic and now a Scientologist, is rumored to want to get married on a beach in Mexico.
To a guy.
From the beginning, there was speculation they would marry.
Marriage. Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. It is. It makes me smile. He's the most amazing man in the whole world.
Since the beginning of this very public romance, questions have been raised about how real this made-for-the-cameras relationship is. A baby may finally put those questions to rest.
No.
In Hollywood, there's always going to be speculation. There are always going to be conspiracy theorists. But right now, these two are welcoming a child into the world, and everyone's pretty excited for them.
For Good Morning America, Heather Nauert, ABC News, Los Angeles.
They seem very, very happy, and we wish them both all the best.
No,
we don't.
Katie Holmes has lost all her hotness. All the hotness has been drained out of her by him. And now getting her pregnant was the last straw. That's it. What was that movie where she was leaning against the car naked? Oh, it was fantastic.
The Gift?
The Gift,
of course.
Look at her in The Gift. That was the pinnacle of her hotness. Oh, there's the picture.
I did call this.
Gary Hoey's got to take a look, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Katie
Yeah,
Holmes.
that's the Katie Holmes.
That's Katie Holmes.
Right.
Not the smiling, dopey-looking Katie with a baby in her.
Confused scarecrow.
I did call this. Yes, thank you, Andy, in Ohio.
What is that?
When Tom went on his rant on his
That's
new
Mimi
girl,
Rod?
you said once the Tom hype went away, he would come out and say, we're going to have a baby. I did say that at the time.
Yes, you did.
As soon as that hype died down.
Let me see the Mimi picture
Go back
again.
to Mimi Rogers.
No, we've already looked at that.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, my God. What happened?
What year is that? 2004. Oh, boy. And wow. There's
got silly putty body. Really is.
Wow, and there's a lot of girls out there that wish their boobs were bigger. Really.
What's going on above her mound?
That's what they call a bunt, Anthony.
No, it looks darker.
Yeah.
Like, is it almost
like
from here? It looks like
thing.
a C-section.
Well, you know, if there's shade, the moss grows a little thicker.
Is that what you're saying? Her bunt has shaded it, so moss has grown. Does she have a mold problem? Those tits are so long. She has a good 17 inches of cleavage.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could play hacky sack with those.
They're bungee jumping down her belly.
Yeah, they're just moving. They are so much closer to her belly button than they are her armpits.
Oh, yeah.
Look, her nipples.
Even with her elbows.
Yeah, they're almost at her belly button. Wow.
There you go. All right.
Well, Tom Cruise, like Maverick, the pilot he played in Top Gun, knew when to punch out. He saw that happening, saw the disaster, saw that body flaming out, going into a flat spin, and he punched out. Sure, Goose cracked his head on the canopy, but look who he's fucking now.
Do you guys want to play You Write the Joke or what?
Of course.
All right, we need a cute little, You Write the Joke. Steve will work on some. Let's say hi to Mike in Jersey. Mike, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Cruz is so far in the closet, the baby's going to come out smelling like mothballs.
All right. Well, we didn't say you write the brilliant joke.
Hey, well, at least it's a joke and a joke.
All right.
Punching out. See ya.
And we got to play this now until we get a really good one. So, Chris, you write the joke.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, what did Tom's baby son, what were his first words?
What?
Hey, big dick daddy.
Dave in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, what's the Holmes pregnancy and Thanksgiving have in common? A turkey baster was used in the production of both.
You think a turkey baster?
Punching out.
All right, let's say hi to John in Jersey. John?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So Tom comes home and Katie goes to him, I have wonderful news for you. You're going to have a baby. He goes, this is wonderful. I got to call up the head of Scientology.
They called up the head of Scientology, and he said, I got a man pregnant. Ouch.
A lot of variations on this one, but there's a movie coming out about him getting her pregnant.
Yeah.
It's called Eyes Tight Shut.
Hey, Derek. All right. Tom Cruise trying to impregnate Katie Holmes was like War of the Womb.
War of the Womb.
Jesus, henchman.
Now I'm going to have to go to Internet Movie Database.
It has begun. Let's see. Thad from Cincinnati. Tom Cruise joke. Now at the movies, he can get 2 child discounts and a senior citizen discount.
Oh. That one's horrible.
Kevin from Westfield. The pregnancy was accidental. Katie was just using Tom's mouthwash for a douche. Holy cow. Who saw that coming? Very nice.
He got Katie Holmes pregnant, but he's in his heart, he's really just looking for the remake of A Few Good Men.
I dare you to take every Tom Cruise movie and
God.
I'm looking.
All right, you're looking.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to do one to...
There's a risky business joke in there somewhere.
Yeah. And, of course, Cocktail.
Everyone is now going to IMDb.
Yeah. A lot of people saying Tom got sick right after he had sex with her. And
really?
It's kind of true because he was the color of money.
These are the jokes you wish your late night guy would tell.
Right after he had sex with her, where did he go?
I don't know, Aunt, where?
Far and away.
Far and away. He told Katie, okay, I'll have sex with you, but I have to call you Jerry Maguire.
All right, Derek gave you one.
You write the joke, people.
You write the joke.
That's what we're working on here.
All right, Oscar from Post...
What's number 24?
Oscar from PostWhores.net. Low on material again, boys?
No,
there's some funny...
Jesus.
There's some funny jokes in here. Stop.
This is something we wrote down, my friend.
We're doing this
off the cuff.
We're doing this on the fly. On the fly. All right, we'll get more jokes in a minute or two here. Steve put together something very nice for us. You know Al Jorgensen, lead singer of Ministry?
Of course. We had him in as a guest. He told us a fascinating tour bus story.
He lost a toe, almost lost an arm.
As a madman.
Blew up a tour bus. I think this is the tour bus story. He's going to call us very soon to talk about what he did in Japan, I guess. It's another new feature we're doing on the show, Stories with Al Jorgensen. But Steve put together this.
Gather around the campfire, kids, and toast yourself a marshmallow. Settle in for another tall tale from your old Uncle Al Jorgensen.
You blowed up your tour bus?
Well, yeah.
And now what happened?
Okay. So, first, I have to preface this by saying when I was in Nashville, Tennessee on the Lollapalooza tour, back in 93, kids. Anyways, so this toothless, old man at this, truck stop where we go in and shop their sunglasses, it's like, hey, you guys want to buy some fireworks? I'm like, yeah. And I bought this, what looked like a bazooka. I mean, it was like 6 feet long metal tube, all right? And I forgot about it. I set it up on there, and then Gibby Haynes from the Boat Hole Surfers was traveling with us for a while, too, so Gibby got into our M80 supply that we usually throw at each other. So Gibby's like, hey, man, let's light these up in the bus. I'm like, oh, that is so lame, man. We do that every day. What's wrong with you? Here, I remember. I got this 6-foot pyro on here. So in the back of the bus, we light the thing. And this thing, the guy told me, I remember the toothless guy told me, it's supposed to make like a pirate ship in the air or something. It's supposed to make this galleon with multicolored So we light the thing in a bus while we're rolling down the highway between Houston and Dallas, right? So we light it, and I'm laughing. I'm thinking, all right, we're going to put it out, okay? I'll light it and just freak everyone out a little bit. Greg, just gets down on one knee at the very back of the bus and aims it for the front of the bus. That's all you can do. Booyah! The thing goes off, pellets bounce up the door and catch every bunk on fire. All right? And the great thing about this is every fire was a different color. Because this thing... It was so psychedelic.
Well, we're done spinning yarns today, kids, and it's a good thing, too, because I gotta go dig a hole and poop in it. Come back soon for another tall tale from your old Uncle Al Jorgensen.
Yeah, I like that. And we're going to have news stories from Al Jorgensen in the very near future. You write the joke. Want to keep trying this, Anthony?
Yeah, give it a whirl.
All right, let's say hi to Randy in New Mexico. Randy!
Yo!
What's up, Randy?
Not much.
All right.
Tom Cruise could not have possibly fathered this child. Like everything else he's done difficult in his movies, he used a stand-in.
Well,
it's a joke.
All right, Brian in D.C. Brian?
Hey, guys, my first time getting on the air, so I got to say I'm Brian Hughes, and I'm on the radio. Okay, Katie Holmes goes to Tom Cruise, says, hey, great news, we're going to have a baby. Tom Cruise says, oh, that's fantastic. And she goes, not you. Nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
All right. It was your first time, though, so we'll give you a little slack there.
I like watching something run its course, don't you?
Yes, sure. Mandy from Milwaukee writes, apparently Tom Cruise is one of those guys that don't mind asking for directions. That wasn't the punchline.
That wasn't done yet.
That was the big setup. Holy shit. It was directions. It wasn't like a... All right. Apparently Tom Cruise is... I'll try it differently. Apparently Tom Cruise is one of those guys that don't mind asking for directions because Katie had to direct him to the right hole.
There it is.
George from Philly, what did Tom say when Katie told him she was pregnant? Who's the father? And... Stank on Hang Down from whackbag.com. What does Tom Cruise's baby and Scientology have in common, Anthony?
What?
They are both bullshit reasons for a tax break.
All right, that's not bad.
All right.
All right.
We have Susie Essman. She's outside, ready to come into the studio from Curb Your Enthusiasm. We should take a quick break and get to her next.
All right.
How's that sound? But now I've just been handed more jokes. Caulfield from Whackbag. Tom got Katie pregnant because she didn't want to wait for her life to be over.
The Dawson's Creek song. Okay.
Right.
I don't want to...
Case from Whackbag.
Horrible.
Katie is having a baby because Tom has had sex with his last samurai.
Oh.
Holy crap.
Awful.
That is horrendous. Brian, postwhores.net. When they're at the delivery table, Tom will be yelling, "Show me the baby!" And if Tom was in a porn, it would be Gaze of Thunder.
Gaze of Thunder. All right, that works.
All right, let's say hi to Seth in Boston. Seth?
Hey.
Hey.
I don't know, man. Adam's too quiet. These jokes are so bad, I'm actually missing Bob Kelly.
Adam's a smart one. He's not going to jump in on this one. Nah. Adam Ferrara playing Rascals. Starting tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Through Sunday. Okay, and Gary Ho, you want to play us out of here for a little bit?
Can I try a joke?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Even though I'm on the show, I'm probably going to stink, but Tom and Katie are having a baby because eventually everybody has to cruise homes.
Cruise homes.
Cruise
you
home.
Cruise home. Not any worse than any of the other
That
ones.
was terrible. I'll play guitar. How's that?
Yeah, how about that?
I'll keep my day job. All right, here we go. Are we up and running?
We're up and running.
Okay.
All right. Where are we?
Maybe not.
Did I do something wrong?
Let's see here.
What happened? We were just hearing him.
No guitar.
Oh, no, we need guitar. Turn that thing. There it is.
Here we go, baby.
All right, here we go. Gary Hoey playing for us live today. Check this out for just a bit.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Oaday virus.
I've been so annoyed as a Yankee fan. I used to love John Sterling. I thought he did some interesting color calls.
Hurry.
But he became a caricature of himself and began to annoy me so much. I used to love the guy. I think he actually calls a really good game. A lot of people disagree. I think he's very good. But when he does the home run calls, he gets so wrapped up in his own shtick.
Yeah.
Like it's
not about you, douchebag.
It is high, it is far, it is gone. At times, if you don't know where the ball's going, that makes sense. But when it becomes, it is high, it is far, right, is it gone?
The sportscasters now want to be the stars, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
We get it. He could go. Oh, I understand the way, shithead. We could go. Oh, could he?
Could he? He has a 20-yard lead on the guy chasing him. I think he's going to make it.
He's got Christopher Reeve blown into a straw behind him.
Right, trying to move his wheelchair to catch him. I think he's going to score. That's so good.
It sort of takes away from those special moments.
And it's like, I've just seen the tape. He goes, fucko. He made the fucko listen, Chris Berman. Not as high, not as far. And when guys hit home runs, this is the worst. Like, if you guys were both up and you hit home runs, which you do in my eyes every day, of course. Thanks, Jimmy. He would say they hit home runs, a back to back and a belly to belly. Dude. Dude, back to back and a belly to belly.
He goes, and a
belly to belly. Back to back. And Andy Hawkins has been knocked out of the game. Holy shit. And a belly to belly. Ugh. Too bad Ben didn't hit a home run. A scalp to scalp and a hog to hog. Lou Gehrig hits one. Oh, shaky running around the bases. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Ramon. Bring Bamtino a home run. And the hit. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's back to back and fixed belly to belly and stapled belly to belly. Yes, they call me the Bearbino. And Carlisi hits another Bare bones home run.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. We got lots going on today. Adam Ferrara sitting in.
Yes.
Also, Gary Hoey playing us in and out of breaks. Very good, Gary.
Thank you, sir.
And now we got to say hi to Susie Essman.
Yeah. Hello, boys.
Susie.
Hello, Susie.
Welcome to Satellite Radio.
Why'd you have to book me on the morning after the Yankees played at 10 the night before?
Isn't that awful?
Yes.
I'm so goddamn tired. And I said I wasn't going to stay up for the game, which I didn't, but I stayed up for the beginning of it, and then I woke up out of nowhere, like right when the game ended, so then I had to get the score.
That's what I did. I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, and then I had to get the score, and I've woken up at like 1:30 in the morning before, but you don't move. You kind of go, don't blow this now. Get right back to sleep, you idiot. You got to get up. And you go to sleep. But I wake up and go, and you kind of can look at the clock. You go, all right, it's either go right back to sleep or know if the Yankees won. I got to know if the Yankees won.
You got to know.
So then the next thing I know the score, and I'm watching South Park. So I'm like, motherfucker, I'm awake.
You were screwed.
I know. So, again, exhausted this morning.
Yeah,
I'm
this
disappointed.
morning thing is fucking up our sleep schedule. You can curse, by the way, because I know Susie likes to curse.
It's not something that I
You
do.
love cursing.
Go fuck yourself.
Potty mouth. You potty mouth.
We saw you at the Donald Trump roast.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. You had a great set, but those people in that audience, oh, crap.
Well, it's a horrible room. It's at the Hilton Grand Ballroom. They always have it there.
Yeah.
It's this cavernous, horrible comedy room.
Yeah. We wouldn't know. I mean, we were in the ballroom, yes, officially, but we were in the back row, way up on the balcony.
We were guests of
Rich Voss.
Rich Voss. Might know Rich Voss.
Yeah.
And we were guests of his, so, yeah. We were there. It was at the Hilton, and we watched it from room 205.
Stupid us, you think.
Not even allowed in the venue.
Right. Stupid us, you would think at this point in our careers we would finally get it, but Rich invites us, and we're like, finally being treated like we should be treated,
Well,
Anthony.
next year I will invite you.
All of a sudden,
that'd be nice.
everyone's going into the main ballroom, right? And we show our tickets, and they're pointing
upstairs.
towards.
And there's like
pointing toward
3
elevator.
people upstairs.
Yeah.
There's like 3 seats upstairs.
And not only upstairs, we had the worst seats of upstairs. We were behind one of those big TVs that they put up there. They
so
put
you
up the
missed
Jumbotron.
seeing Freddie Roman up close. You see, that's what you missed.
See, now that's what I really wanted to see. Old Freddie Roman.
They're so hard. Aren't those hard, those roasts, Adam?
Those are huge in that big room, and then
They're
you got to wait
hard.
to see when you're on.
Yeah. Well, I will only do it if I'm on in the top 3.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
the power I have now.
Look at that.
That it? You got that pull?
Look at that. I had to go second to last on the Reiner roast.
Yeah, no, it's rough. The later you're on, then everybody does your material. All your material's used.
Right.
Like somebody like Trump, how many hair jokes can you
Oh,
tell?
I know. We were sitting there
know?
going, all right, here's more hair jokes.
You were trying to do Tom Cruise jokes before you got here.
Yeah, exactly. That's hard because he's just a fucking psychopath at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That's
agree
what happens
on that.
when you're a closet case. You know what I'm saying?
We absolutely.
The man wants to suck a cock, so instead he criticizes. That's what happens.
Well, they're having a baby, though. Did you read the papers yet today?
They're like a real baby?
Yeah.
A real baby. She's pregnant.
Mission Impossible. Tom and
So
Katie.
what I want,
Mission Impossible.
What I want to know is what was he fantasizing about when he was having sex with her?
Rob Thomas.
There you go.
Was one of them.
Yeah, someone said she had to wear a Rob Thomas mask.
A Rob Thomas mask. But you know what? You know what's just kind of another thing where you're like, this guy is got to be gay. Is he's acting like he thinks a straight guy is supposed to act when he actually falls in love with. When you fall in love with a girl, you do. You got to get head over heels. You want to tell your friends about it and everything. You feel good, but he's doing it so over the top.
The jumping on the couch. Yeah. If my boyfriend ever did that, I would break up with him.
It's an act.
Well, you break up with someone jumping on the couch.
Get off.
Get your feet off the couch.
It is definitely an act. It's someone acting like he thinks somebody should act.
But, you know, don't you love how he has no credibility anymore whatsoever?
Oh, none.
I mean, who's going to hire him?
Yeah, even Steven
Spielberg told him,
he wouldn't work with him anymore.
That's it. The guy was supposed to be promoting my movie. He's out there talking like a lunatic about psycho drugs.
It's unfortunate because he did, like, you know, if you think of, like, Born on the 4th of July, and he did some good stuff.
Yeah.
But
risky business.
When Spielberg won't work with you anymore, though.
Risky business.
That's like in Hollywood, you better have some kind of career if Spielberg isn't talking to you.
Yeah, he'll
come
back, though.
You think?
Yeah, they all come back.
Yeah,
Look, Richard Nixon came back.
Movie.
They all come back.
He's got the thing is, he went completely nuts with the Scientology thing, to where people are like, John Travolta's just as kooky as he is with Scientology.
But
he keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't talk about it much.
And he flies jets. You got to respect that.
I fly jets, and I got thetans out of my body. But him, he's acting like he's straight.
Well,
and
he's
just screaming
the whole
about
Brooke Shields thing, and you can cure anything with exercise and vitamins. So
yeah.
all Jeffrey Dahmer needed was a multi.
But you know what? I always think that. I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, no.
Something about the gayness, the overcompensatory behavior. I lost it. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. You're tired. The Yankees. The Yankee thing. Yankees lost last night, right?
Yeah, we're
Must we discuss?
Tied.
Didn't the game
end?
Oh, I know what I was going to say. These guys that go out with, the 12-year-old girls.
Uh-huh.
The reason they do that is because these girls have no sexual experience, so they have no idea how bad these guys are in bed.
Is that what it is?
Yes. That's
so, like, a guy would be...
That's really not it.
A guy that is confident in his sexual prowess would then look for an older woman to say,
an 80-year-old.
Look, you've been through a lot, but let me show you this.
It happens to be a fact that women in their 20s don't know anything sexually. Women reach their sexual peak at 35. So you get a woman in her 40s, they're much better in bed than a woman in their 20s. They don't look as good, maybe, but they're much more proficient in bed.
Is that it?
Yeah, Adam, back me up.
What? No, I think we have a difference of opinion.
I always think that when you see a guy that's going out with a really young girl,
you think
he doesn't
lucky
have to
bastard.
No, you think that is an insecure. When you see like Murray, with the 12-year-old on his arm, not 12, but like a 22-year-old on his arm, he thinks people are looking at him thinking, look at how fabulous Murray is, that he got this young hot babe on his arm, and I'm thinking you must be so fucking bad in bed that she doesn't know the difference. That's what it is.
Stupid Murray.
I'm thinking Murray's rich.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Women will go out with anything. They will.
What does that mean?
But they're actually attracted. I mean, women are actually attracted to money and power. They're not attracted to looks so much. Yeah.
Well, it usually you do see that when you see a beautiful woman with an old, like, horrific guy, and then...
that's just a money thing.
Yeah, you would think she would absolutely not be with that guy if he was just the guy that worked at the deli.
But she might actually be sexually turned on by the money and the power. Whereas men... Here's an example. Men are turned on... Like, a woman will marry a guy, they'll say she's just marrying him for his money. But nobody says about a guy he's just marrying her for her big tits when he is.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not really a fair thing.
You think it goes right into the bedroom?
I'm an aberration because I'm attracted to poor men with big tits.
You think it funnels down into the bedroom, though? The money, power thing?
Yes. Women get turned on by that. Yes.
Interesting.
They get turned on by that. They're not as turned on, but men are more physically, visually oriented.
$100 bed sheets.
That's why women are not so turned on by pornography, and whereas men are. It's in the DNA.
Rolling on condoms with your Amex number on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby.
I don't like a rich guy. They're too high maintenance, like a Donald Trump or,
Really?
Oh, yeah, they're way too high maintenance.
That guy's got it before he leaves the house.
All you do is have to soothe their ego. That's all you have to do.
And you don't have to do that with poor guys?
No, it's
Not only
different.
you got to soothe their ego, you got to pay for dinner.
For everything. Yes, but it's different. There's not the same ego thing going on. You know, I don't want a guy who calls out his own name when he's coming. You know what I mean? That kind. Like Trump looks like that kind of guy to me.
You wouldn't go out with Trump.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. First of all, he's
got a hot broad though.
Oh, gee, and I wonder why. I think I had a line in the roast where I said, we know why he's attracted to Melania. She's beautiful, she's sexy, and what she sees in him is, you know, $1 million and high cholesterol. Basically. See, he's cute. Now, not her. On the TV monitor, Matthew McConaughey. He's cute.
Oh, he's doing the talk show circuit?
Yeah.
He's rich, too. Now you attracted to him?
I'd fuck him.
He's insane, too.
Oh, is he? I like that.
The cops found him naked, all stoned out of his gourd, playing bongos at some disturbance call that they had.
But with another guy.
Yeah, it was him and another guy.
So what's wrong with naked bongo playing with another man?
And he was
nothing. I was bitching that the cops showed up. I thought it was two guys having fun.
This guy is so cool, though. He was able to escape that, and no one is questioning his gayness. That's a little weird to be playing bongos with your friend naked.
Is it cool or no one really cares about Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know.
No, they care. They care about those things. Yeah.
Scandal.
Yeah.
I think that guy is so cool. He was able to explain that away, and everyone went, all right.
What time do you guys get up in the morning?
Too early. It's ridiculous.
I'm just curious.
5?
5? You have to wake up at 5?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wake up at 5. I live out on Long Island, so I got.
Well, that's your first mistake.
But I hate living in the city.
Why?
Because I want to escape from this shithole every so often. No.
So why would you live in a suburb if you don't have children? Do you have a dog?
No pets.
You know what? You serve no purpose in this life.
We've been saying that for months.
Here's why I live out on Long Island. Do you know I can leave my house and get into here and never leave the heater or air conditioner of some type of vehicle? He
doesn't like being outside.
I go to my heated garage, hop in my Escalade, leave, the door opens, the evil world doesn't even touch me. And I'm out, I leave, I pull up in front of this place, I'm in.
Well, thank you, Howard Hughes. I mean, what do you just get a bunker underneath this building?
We've been calling him Howard Hughes for a while.
And I am the only Catholic guy living in an entirely Jewish neighborhood, which is fantastic. They all take care of their property wonderfully. The landscapers come by, everything.
Where do you live?
I live in Great Neck.
Oh, so it's all the Syrian Jews.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was there, and the first thing I had to do was...
We don't consider them Jews, by the way.
There's mezuzahs on the door, they're Jews. That's all I knew. I was taking a hammer and claw hammer, taking the mezuzahs off, because I didn't know what kind of mystical Jewish spell would be.
You might as well leave the mezuzah on.
Should I leave it on?
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, I feel like
you know those are like fortune cookies? There's a little note.
Yeah, but you might as well be covered. Who knows who the
real
person is?
You're right.
You know something?
It's there. I'm not saying go out and buy a mezuzah and put it, but if it's there, I would leave it there.
If it's there, just leave it.
Yeah.
Cover all
like
bases.
If you moved in and there was a big crucifix over the...
As a matter of fact, in Sunday's episode, there's a whole thing about a mezuzah.
Really?
In this coming episode, this Sunday. Which I might add is a classic Susie Green episode.
Of course, we're talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Which is one of the best shows on television. Absolutely funny and cutting edge. Just stuff that... I don't know why people sit and watch network television anymore when stuff like this is available on cable.
I agree.
It's amazing.
I agree.
Love it.
It's a fun show to do, too.
Larry
but
David's
this Sunday is a whole religion episode.
And it's all about you?
No, it's not all about me.
But you got a big
part
But
people
this
have
week?
been complaining that the first 2 episodes I was too nice.
Yeah.
That there was no, but this episode there's a couple of
we
classic,
want to hear a
classic
fuck you, Larry. You know?
Your sick fuck moments. There's a couple of those. Yeah, I can't be angry screaming in every episode. It doesn't,
Right. It has to be a dynamic.
But because of that role you play, we were a little intimidated as far as having you in here today.
Now ask Adam. I'm not really like that.
She's a sweetheart in real life.
Yes, she is.
I'm just waiting for fuck you guys. I'm out of here.
Don't push me.
I see that.
But
I see that in your eyes.
But you know what? I had like a fight with the delivery guy the other day. That's where I find that it comes out with inept service people.
Yeah.
Where I just go Susie Green on them. It's become like a part of. Then I think it's okay because I'm actually getting a lot of accolades and making money doing that behavior. So I think it's okay in real life. And it's
in real life now you can unleash it, and it's just part of your character.
Yeah, but I never do it on loved ones, only on like unsuspecting, Chinese delivery men.
Are they screwing up that bad with you?
You know, there's nothing more annoying when they fuck up your order.
Yeah.
You're hungry, you're home, you have an order, and they totally fuck it up. You're so disappointed. You know, and then it's just then you just unleash.
Absolutely. I order sushi all the time, and it's the same place. It's right down the road from my house. And I would love to give out the name of the street I live on, but I'm not going to do that. But it's not that hard. It's not that hard a street. It's the same person answering the phone every day, and I'm talking a year I've been ordering, and I tell them the name of my street. They repeat it back like I threw Scrabble letters out and said, just read that. They have no clue what I just said.
Can I tell you something? If you lived in Manhattan, it's computerized. You
Yeah.
call for delivery, you give them your phone number, it's all in the computer.
The address is right there.
You're just out in the suburbs of Great Neck with the fucking Syrians, okay?
That's it. In your bubble like John Travolta.
Exactly.
It's safe, it's nice, and I see grass
Are you
every
married?
day. No.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Does she live with you?
Yes.
Yes.
What does she do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
She's going to the gym today.
And by the way, Anthony
Really?
has a lot of confidence.
But now, Opie, where do you live?
Yeah, good. Get on him. Because I used to be the one that had a complete lack of confidence in my sexual prowess in the bedroom. But now you're the guy.
Susie, we just want to let you know that both of us have a lot of confidence.
Well, it's good
Going
to
back
know.
to what you were saying earlier.
Well, a few years back when I first hooked up with my girlfriend.
How old is she?
Well, put it this way. For the first year of our relationship, she couldn't drink.
I know so much about you now, just to know that you're not married, you don't have kids, you live in the suburbs, you're afraid of the city streets where there's real women.
Yeah, with cocks sometimes. Like Jimmy Norton.
What's wrong with a woman with a cock?
Hi, Big Dick
Best
Daddy.
of both worlds.
Right.
I live in Manhattan, and I'm in a similar boat as Anthony.
Meaning
No,
what?
he's in a similar boat.
Meaning you're dating a 19-year-old?
No, no, not 19. 22. Shut up.
I happen to know Adam's girlfriend. You guys
Yeah.
aren't married, are you?
No.
No. She happens to be a real human being.
Right.
A wonderful woman.
Look how fucking happy I am.
That's right.
Look how he says
Better
it.
be.
Look how miserable
Look
he
how
looks.
fucking
Look how
happy I am.
miserable he looks, and look how happy Anthony and I
It
are.
is
There's
such a
something to be
treat.
said. Look, if you guys go out to dinner and you got to cut her meat, that's fine.
Exactly.
Whatever you guys got to do.
I am very happy in my relationship.
I love when the UPS guy comes to the door sometimes and says, "Is your daddy home?" And I have to come and sign for the package.
You know what? I have
At least we're getting this
four
off our chest
stepkids.
because Susie's like talking like she did a little while ago, and Aunt and I just looking
Well,
at each
like,
other like
I'm looking down, kind of kicking the floor.
Yeah.
Eye contact.
Guy's got no confidence.
That's why the uncomfortableness there for a
That's
while.
fine. Listen, you know what? Sei gesund. If you're happy and healthy.
I gotta tell you, I've never been happier.
Good.
Never been happier.
Good, because she just idolizes you. She has no idea how bad you are in bed.
She thinks
After
they're
you
all
have-
that size.
Exactly. She has no one to compare
See,
you to. After you have sex, she wants to color. It's fine.
See, I'm smart now. I'm not even gonna attempt to defend myself as far as my my bedroom.
I was
thing
married
goes.
to a woman my own age
Yeah.
for a
10
while.
years. He did 10 years.
I put
He
in
did
10 years.
He was in
prison.
country
Yeah.
for 10 years.
I just bought her a house.
Oh, in the divorce settlement?
It's wonderful. Yeah. That's why
What
I
can
started
I tell you?
trolling the high school.
No, God, you know what? Honestly, I mean, if I may have a real moment, it's so
Okay.
hard to find the person that you're going to get along with and blah, blah, blah. So if that's
Right.
what you found and that makes you happy, I'm
Absolutely.
happy for you.
You know how nice it is when you were married and just the demands on your life and then you get a divorce and the whole thing with the house and cars and money and alimony. And then you
And now
meet
you
a
have
girl.
an idiot who doesn't know the difference. It's
You're
perfect
just
for you.
a friggin' Snickers bar and a carnival every so often.
Exactly. She
just-
laughs at everything you say.
Of course. I play those carnival games. I win or something. I'm the best guy ever.
Thank you, Big Daddy. You know what? I'm not one to talk. Before my boyfriend now he's around my age, but for the years I went out with the younger guys.
You're dead.
Always.
Yeah.
I was gonna go out with some old fuck. I don't want some old fucking guy. Massaging his prostate is not my idea of foreplay. You know what I mean? What do I want that for? I want some cute hot guy. If he's just gonna be a snack, if he's not gonna be, But then the references get a little difficult.
A little off.
Yeah,
It's a little harder to relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the youngers, don't you find that?
Just maybe on the
when they're like,
on the
who's
presets.
Gilligan? And you know what I mean? It's a little difficult.
On the presets on the on your radio, you get your XM, you got all your presets, and then you're hitting, the classic
XM Kids?
Classic rock. Yeah, she's on XM Kids.
She's on Disney.
She's watching the Disney. She's watching Nickelodeon.
We do,
Honey, can you TiVo That's So Raven?
It is kind of odd. We got the DVDs case by the TV. And I got my favorites, Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Platoon and things like
Caddyshack.
that. And then at the bottom, there's like The Little Mermaid and Legend.
The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, like Disney cartoon things.
No, wait, Anthony, how old is she?
All right, she's 14.
No, she's not 14.
But she's very smart. The Little Mermaid, she loved the book a lot better than the film.
And that's why Anthony can't really leave his house.
She's in her
Ever.
mid-20s now.
Oh, all right.
Which,
all right.
Yeah.
She's not a teenager.
No, we've been together 5 years. So. Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing the math.
Math.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You could be this motherfucker over here.
Tom Cruise and
Katie Holmes,
Well, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, you guys are off to a great start this season.
Oh,
I think so.
I'm serious.
This is going to be the funniest season
The dog
yet.
episode this past Sunday was
funny. Wasn't that funny?
Oh, my God. I didn't see that coming. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
because a lot of people watch it on demand and stuff, so I don't want to give it away. But I did not see that coming.
Well, he just takes on every... this season, he really is just... I mean, some of the episodes, I read the outlines in the beginning of the year, and I'm just like, I think he's going over the line. I think he's going over the line. Sometimes, and then he pulls it, and then I see it, and it's fine. But even I think that at some points.
That was... they got a lot of that during Seinfeld, too. That they were kind of stating some issues.
Yeah, I mean this week it was the lesbians, it was blacks, it was the handicapped,
right.
It was everything. But he goes even further down in future episodes.
Give us an example, maybe from a past show where you read the script and you went, "What? We can't do this. He's gone crazy."
There's only one time that I thought that, and that was the last. I think it was last season. Oh no, season 3 with the kid with the big penis. That was the only time where I was like, all right, I think he's really pushing it here, talking about the 2-year-old's big penis,
Yeah.
But it worked. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny, and I forgot. I think it was Richard Lewis who referred to the kid as Uncle Milty, which is hilarious, because for those of you who don't know, Milton Berle had a huge cock.
Yeah, there was one that was legendary.
Legendary.
Him and then Forrest Tucker was supposed to have
Gary
had
Cooper.
A big one. Gary Cooper?
And supposedly Liam Neeson.
Really?
Yes, I've heard.
Liam Neeson?
Yes. Wow. He looks like he has a very large
penis,
doesn't he?
Yeah. I don't know if guys can tell that by looking.
He lives in my neighborhood, and he just looks angry all the time.
Yeah,
he looks like he's going to kill someone.
I don't think he's so angry. The type is depressed.
You think he's depressed?
Yeah, I think he's just one of these very dark,
sad.
Irish, depressed kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Ben, we were on Martha's Vineyard like 2 summers ago, and we saw Larry David.
Yeah, he lives there. He has a house there.
Yeah, it's a dumb story, but we're...
So why are you telling it?
Well, because we'll find some humor
right,
out of this somehow. That's how I preface my dumb stories, by saying they're dumb. The house that Ben's father was staying at was close to John Belushi's grave. So I'm like, I've never seen John Belushi's grave, so I went, and it was like, whatever. There were beer bottles and all
people
that
really
crap
respect
right there.
the gravesite.
And then we're going back, and we see Larry David. I can only describe it as him very, very high, walking in the middle of this town road that's very busy, staring up at the trees in the middle of the road, just walking.
That's just Larry. Larry doesn't get high.
No.
No, Larry is not
a
drug or drinky person at all.
We drive by, and I go, Ben, that was Larry David. And we had to get a second look, because we're like, no way was that Larry David. Just walking in the middle of the road, staring at trees.
I'll tell you why he does that. So he doesn't have to talk to anybody.
Oh, really?
Anthony does that, but he moves to Long Island.
That's right.
And sure enough, it was Larry David wandering around in this country road.
I mean, he was probably just thinking. He doesn't get high, Larry.
He doesn't need to get high, right?
He's not. I don't think he likes to have any kind of loss of control. I don't think.
And the Larry.
I don't know. I don't know his.
Is it true the Larry David we see on HBO? That's pretty much him.
No, not at all.
Really?
Because if you think about it, how could that person, the the character he portrays on the show is such an asshole in so many ways.
How can you go through life like that?
And how could he have run the most successful show in the history of television?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or run the show? I mean, he runs Curb. I mean, he's the executive producer and the showrunner and all that.
Yeah.
How could he do that and have people, underlings, listen to him if he was that much of a jerk?
Sure.
Until Curb Your Enthusiasm, you really didn't realize how much of an influence he had on the show Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody just thought it was Jerry and the made-up character
Gee, I
George.
wonder if that was a bone of contention with Larry.
I wonder. Jeepers. Because now you watch and you realize, my God.
It was his brain. It's all Larry brain.
Did
you know him from the clubs, or that was before your time?
No, I didn't know Larry.
Yeah, because Larry, I knew Larry from years ago doing stand-up. We just kind of overlapped a little bit because he's older than me.
Yes.
Than most of us. But Larry was always the comedian's comedian, where he would get on stage and the audience would stare at him like he was totally retarded. But the comedians would be hysterical laughing because his material was so great.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't understand that as a comedian, you're supposed to connect to an audience. He just didn't get that. He didn't get that you're supposed to connect, and I used to MC all the time at Catch a Rising Star, and there's always that moment when you're crossing the comedian, when I say, please welcome Larry David, and I'm walking off and he's walking on, and he would always say to me, stay close. Because you had a time slot, you had 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and he would sometimes do like a minute. Like, he would look at the audience.
Oh, like, stay close, I could be leaving at any moment now.
As the MC, usually you go out to the bar, you go to the bathroom, whatever, you come back and give the light. But, it would be like, stay close. And I remember times where he would just get up and he would look at them and say, never mind, and just walk off. Or the whole audience would be laughing and one person would not be, and then he would just look at them and be like, I don't need this, and just walk off. It was just...
Wow.
Yeah, he was wild. But funny. But he was funny.
Oh, yeah. I never saw his act. I mean...
And you never will.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
you never
he's
will,
gonna
right?
reprise it, yeah.
No. But it's great how somebody can get up on stage as a stand-up like that and not connect with the crowd and then be in charge of a show that just, is one of the funniest shows on television.
Well, because he had the brain. He had the comic brain. Mm-hmm. But being funny and being a comic... Adam will attest this, are two completely different skills.
Right.
There's always these people that come up to you after a show, I'm really funny, I could do it. It's a completely different skill to be able to stand on stage and control an audience. That's
Wacky Bob in the office can't do a half hour.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's a completely different skill. So Larry didn't have that particular skill.
He was able to put it through
he's a great
Jerry.
Writer, yeah.
And he's a great writer. And the subject matter he comes up with is ridiculous.
Really and how is the show put together? Is it true that it's a lot of improv,
There's
I've read?
A very detailed outline, because you could see when you see the show how tight the story is.
Right.
I always think Larry's
where
genius,
you're going to go, but...
Yeah, I always think Larry's genius is story. That's his real genius, if you look at it. Because everything has a payoff, everything has a callback, everything, it's so tight. So there's a detailed outline, about 7-8 pages. Each scene is laid out, what information has to be gotten out in that scene, but there's no dialogue written at all. All that filth that comes out of my mouth is just, it's just all mine.
Your filthy mouth.
It's all mine.
And what do you guys try the scenes many different ways?
Yeah, well, there's always 2 cameras. We have to shoot a lot of coverage because so much is done in the editing because there's no script. Usually it's a page a minute, but we don't have a script, so it's all improvised. So we shoot tons of coverage. And sometimes we find a scene first take. Sometimes it takes us like 10, 15 takes to actually find the scene and what it's about.
Wow.
But there's always information that has to be gotten out.
Mm-hmm.
What a brave way to do a show.
Yeah.
To me, it's great. I love it. As a comic, it's perfect for me.
There's no other show doing that, really.
Is there?
I don't think so.
You did a show that was improvised, didn't you? On Comedy Central?
Lenny and Adam, we did.
Yeah.
Me and Lenny, Clark, and Leary.
Was it kind of the same way?
Well, we don't know. We only did the pilot and didn't get picked up.
That's nice. Take your successful
but you know
show and just pound them with that one.
A lot of people are going to try to imitate it, and what they don't have is Larry's story brain. That's why it works.
Yeah, right.
Because the story, at this point, I mean, it's not. It's like writes itself. When I see the outline, I know exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
It's like dialogue of the unconscious.
They're all based on his psychosis and his paranoias and.
But one of the reasons why the improvising of it works is because nobody's saying cutesy, funny punchlines.
Yeah, here comes the setup
Exactly.
joke, setup
it's not
joke.
that sitcom thing.
It comes out of character.
It comes out of character and situation. It's a true situation comedy.
Those are awful. What do you watch? What are you entertained by on
I watch
television?
the Science Channel. That's a
Yeah.
kind of crowd. Or History.
That's what
Yeah. I don't. On my faves, on my remote, I don't even have networks.
No.
No.
There's nothing worth watching on any of that.
No, I don't
I
watch
call the
any of
History
that.
Channel,
And
though,
sports.
the Hitler
I watch a lot
Channel.
of the Hitler.
It's
all
just,
Hitler all the time.
I don't care what story they're working on.
I know.
It's
all
like,
Hitler all the time.
Yeah, a biography of Alexander the Great, and there's
And
Hitler.
Hitler.
And they got to have footage, of all the troops marching. And
I know. There's some Nazi running that channel.
Love him.
Or maybe it was Simon Wiesenthal, but he's dead.
Yeah, no. Godspeed, Simon.
Yeah, Oliver Sholem, as we say.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Yes, that's what we say.
We say,
Am I the only Jew in the room?
I think so.
Look around.
You are definitely. This one is so not a Jew.
No, I'm an Irish Catholic.
Because with all those tattoos.
Not the well, Rich Voss is Jewish, and he's got a goddamn Star of David tattooed on him.
And
what
you
kind
know
of
that
an
he could never
oxymoron?
be buried in
Yeah, we learned all that because of him.
Because well, Larry did a whole episode about that. Where
I don't know if I saw that one.
It was called The Special Section, where his mother died, and they couldn't bury her. They buried her in a separate section because apparently she had a tattoo on her ass that he never knew about.
Really?
That was funny.
Very nice.
Well, we can't meet because my girlfriend's Jewish, and we can't. She said we can't be buried in the same cemetery because I'm not Jewish.
Unless you convert, which would mean you'd have to get circumcised.
Guys do that all the time. They
so
convert.
So do women.
Nah.
Which makes me kind of think, what is your belief system? That just because you believe in Jesus Christ, let's say, then you find some rich fucking Jewish guy to marry, and all of a sudden you don't believe in Jesus Christ. It's such bullshit.
Just for the guy or the girl.
Yeah, exactly. It's for the money.
Yeah, of course. Like, that's a test. That could be a test that God is giving you, and you just fail it like that.
Just fail it.
Just for the pussy or the dick.
I know.
Just like that.
Or the cash, yeah.
There's no commercials on this station.
No.
None.
Oh, what a delight.
We babble endlessly about crap.
And then we feel like not babbling anymore. We wrap things up. Gary Hoey takes us to break.
And our breaks consist of
PSAs for like...
PSAs, take care of your kids, don't do drugs, and then they talk about other channels on XM. Listen to The Rock, listen to the classic.
Can I plug something?
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. Caroline's. Right here in New York City. You can't come,
Caroline.
Anthony. November 4th and 5th. And then the HBO Comedy Festival. Are you doing that, Adam?
Which one?
The one in
New York?
Vegas.
No.
Vegas. HBO Comedy Festival in Vegas on November, I think it's the 17th to the 20th or something like that.
Very good.
Some such thing.
In the rare
I've never been to Vegas.
Never?
I have never been to Vegas.
Get out.
I swear to you.
That is odd.
You never played Vegas?
Never. You know, I barely leave my house. I'm agoraphobic.
See?
Yeah.
See?
I'm
you gotta move out to the
Only
country.
in Manhattan.
In Manhattan. Well, for you it works because you gotta work, so you go out, and I just kind of hide away. But one of the few places I do go is Caroline's.
Well, come November 4th and 5th. Not both.
No.
Because I don't have that much material that I'm going to be doing different acts.
I just saw this.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm Sunday. What's the episode about this coming week?
I don't want to tip it off, but I'll just say that breasts play a large part.
Okay.
Breasts and Jesus Christ play a large part of the episode.
Something that I think a lot of people
Christ.
are involved with in their lives.
Yes.
Breasts and Jesus.
All right.
Yes.
We want to thank Susie Essman for stopping by. We greatly appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you.
guys.
This was definitely a lot of fun. And as she leaves, we'll have Gary Hoey play us out for a little bit. All right?
Here we go.
Here's
Gary
Gary
rocks.
Hoey, everyone.
Gary
Once
rocks.
again, Susie Essman. Thank you, Susie.
Play Hava Nagila.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenday virus.
I took this one girl to one of these really crappy hotels after the bar. She was so hot, right?
Yeah.
I banged her sister years ago, but this one was the hot one. So I take her to the hotel. It's like, $30 or $40. So we go within like 2 minutes in the room, 3 minutes. I finished. I came. It was just I couldn't hold back. So I called the front desk and I said I saw a roach, so I can get half my money back. Because I don't want to spend the rest of the night with her. I was gonna get up again. So I go. I just saw roaches. Can I have so I got half the money back.
Can you tell?
I'll tell the one about the other one.
Can you tell my favorite hotel story or the motel story?
Yeah.
My favorite. I don't even care if the faithful listeners have heard it a million times. It's great for the new ones.
Did you go to the front desk with a menorah and matzah in your hand just to really push across that Jew point of yours?
Well, it's not a Jew thing. It's a
Jew thing. You cheap fuck.
No, but I'll drop money all over the place. But there's certain I'll spend $500 on dinner for friends, but pick up golf tees the next day. It's weird stuff. If you shoot a load in 3 minutes, you want some money back. You should win a prize, right? It should be like,
Tell the motel story where you picked up the girl.
Yeah. I picked up this one girl after a show at Rascal South. So I go, let's go to the diner. You always take him to the diner. That's to, get him alone first into the car or whatever. So we're outside the diner parking lot. We're making out in the car, and she goes, I can't do this here. It's a diner parking lot. I go, okay. So I pull next door into the car wash, right? So she goes, I can't do it here. So I go, okay, well, I know a nice place. Well, not a nice place. It's just a little dumpy hotel, whatever. And it's on the other side of the highway. I drive there, and it's like a crack hotel, right? I mean, the place doesn't have a car in it. It's like a total...
the parking lot is completely empty.
Yeah. Completely empty. So we're in the car fooling around before I go in, and she, gives me a hand job, and I come, right? I have an orgasm. So I'm thinking, well, I'm fucking not going to get a hotel room now.
Not now. You're
so
done.
I go, hold on. So I go, well, let me go in and get a room. So I walk in, right? And I come back out. I look at it. I go, they're all sold out. And she said, "There's no cars." I go, "Yeah, it's a crack hotel. They don't have cars.
They don't drive.
They don't drive. It's all sold out." Oh, and
they've all walked up.
You're such a creep.
But I gave her my CD as a parting gift. I do that to a lot of girls.
She wins.
Here, take a little piece of me home with you.
So when you hate your life, this can confirm it.
Anthony, the virus is spreading.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We got Gary Hoey live in studio today, playing us in and out of breaks. Check out Gary Hoey at GaryHoey.com. H-O-E-Y. GaryHoey.com. He's heading off to Asia tomorrow. He's got a new CD out called what, Gary?
It's called Monster Surf.
Monster Surf. I like it. Susie rocks.
Yeah. That's got to be a pain in the ass flight over there, huh? How long does that take?
14 hours.
Jeez. That's a piece of cake.
14 hours. 4 hours in, you go, well, 10 to go. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get about 9 meals by the time you get there. It's crazy.
They don't know what else to do. They just keep feeding you.
Yeah, and mail starts coming to the plane.
Right, here's more shit to eat. We don't know what to do to entertain you.
Are you a good flyer, or like after 7 hours, you're looking at the engines going, they've been going for 7 hours, and they got to go 7 more.
I'm actually really good with the flights now over there. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Really?
I've gone so many times. I can do the 14 hours, no problem. And I can sleep on planes now. I couldn't when I first started touring, but now I can sleep standing up.
Thank you, Klonopin.
In the rain.
I flew over that ocean one time and back, I guess.
Not
Thank
that
God.
ocean, right?
Thank God. What?
Not that ocean, the other one.
The Atlantic Ocean?
You flew the Atlantic.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, he's going the other way, which is even worse, I understand. But, yeah, in the middle of the whole thing, you're in the middle of the ocean looking down at the water going, oh, my.
Ain't no runways down there.
The anxiety I felt. I don't get anxiety attacks, but I think I got one that day because I was just like, I just start thinking. You start thinking about stuff going, well, you know, if there's a mechanical, you know, problem when you're over land, there's still options.
That's why there's things to do on a plane. That's why they give you things and you're supposed to bring things. Everything in your carry-on is to keep you from thinking.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be thinking. The movie that they play?
Yeah.
That's to keep you from thinking. Because if you all just sat there like on a bus where you just... If you just sat there, everyone would start going, hey, we're really high up.
Right.
And then it starts getting to you, and you think, well, we're in the middle of nowhere. The ocean's down there.
And if there's just an engine thing, we can't just land at some silly airport in the middle of the desert.
Right.
Or what have you.
But if you're watching,
all of a sudden you realize you have no
movie.
options.
Yeah.
No options whatsoever. I like to know that there might be one option.
You like having something in your own control where if something happens, at least I could hightail it out. I could try my best to escape. That's just, here's my life. You take it for a few hours. It's all yours.
Yeah, I'll pick it up again in L.A.
I'll pick it up when we get there.
That's a great way to look at it.
But in the meantime, I have no say over anything that happens to me.
You know what I always think about? Remember the Bugs Bunny where he's in the plane and it's crashing and he just steps off the plane right before
at the last minute?
At the last second.
Are you actually looking at that as a viable option?
I'm like, maybe I can do that.
You need something.
Maybe that'll work.
You do need something. And then I'm like, well, I hear when they do have problems, they go to, where, like Newfoundland or something?
Yeah, they kind of veer off to the north there. And
maybe that's an option I could take with me for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, look out the window to see the lights of Newfoundland.
I don't want to hear the word divert.
I don't mind flying in, like, you know, commercial planes, but I don't like little helicopters and little teeny Cessnas, like 4-seaters.
No.
Those are the ones that freak me out more than the big planes.
Yeah.
I flew to Australia with Lenny Clark.
Now that is a long flight.
That's just, and with Lenny, and you know, it was like
with Fat Lenny or Skinny Lenny.
It was Big Lenny.
It was Big Lenny.
Big Lenny at the time, and it was. I had to keep drugging him like a rhino.
You don't want him waking up in the cage.
You're going to take this. What is that? Shut up. Take this.
How long does that one take?
16 hours.
16.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know. Anything over 3 sucks, in my opinion.
I know. When you're like flying to L.A. is just, are we there yet?
Actually, the JetBlue's not bad because you get the TV.
Yeah, we saw
Direct TV. Yeah, wow. Then you can watch yourself.
Yeah, you can watch your crash landing. But
we saw that. That was great. Adam Ferrara's going to be at Rascals.
Rascals in Montclair.
Montclair starting tomorrow night. Very funny guy. Very funny guy. You guys want to get the Punisher in here? Is he making them? We're ready for the Punisher.
They're chit-chatting the comics out there.
Susie Essman said Carlos Mencia is here.
You comics are all like, you all know each other somehow. You work together somewhere. There's never one comic that meets another that doesn't know him or hasn't worked somewhere with him back 20 years ago.
I never met her before. I just knew her from Curb. So I was like, wow, that's awesome.
It's called Comic Roddery.
Is that what it is?
That's Gary Hoey.
Awesome. What's up, buddy? Good morning.
How are you? Pleasure to meet you, man.
We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to have Carlos Mencia play the guitar, and Gary Hoey's going to tell jokes.
I'm going to do stand-up, man.
Can we do that?
He's going to do stand-up. No, I think I'll stay sitting down, man.
That could be a funny.
You could probably you can only play those big fat guitars.
I'm the only beaner that doesn't know how to play a guitar, dude. I'm the only one in the history of me. I don't know how to play a guitar. I can play the accordion though, which is even gayer.
How do you pick up the accordion and why?
Well, 'cause my mom growing up used to listen to that stupid-ass wetback music, and my dad got an accordion, so he got my sister to actually
accordions are big.
Learn how to play it.
In the Spanish community?
Wait, if we could find an accordion right now, you'd be able to play it?
No, dude, I refuse to do that.
Come on.
I'll tell you that I can, but I ain't going to do it. That's even gayer, dude. Come on now.
What's great about our show?
You would never find an accordion.
Someone get us accordion pronto.
You want?
I want to see.
Carlos, don't worry. They can't get an accordion. Jen from Seattle had to send a new bullhorn, so there's no way they're going to get an accordion.
We're not going to get an accordion. Well, and is it like...
You'd be surprised.
Because I'm thinking polka music is all I know about accordion. But I would think that Spanish.
You never heard? Go to like AuthenticMexicanMusic.com. Go there, and I'm telling you, they all have that. I swear to God, I don't know what it is.
The guy with that big wide guitar.
Mariachi band. Yeah, but that's the mariachi guys.
Yeah.
The guys that where the pants are tapered all the way and they're really tight from top to bottom.
Why does the guitar have to be so thick?
Why do they have to be so fat?
They interrupt you while you're trying to eat, come up to your table and start playing. It's like, you were okay like 20 feet away.
Yeah, I liked you when you're at that table over there.
Right now,
it's not a marching
annoying.
Band. Stay still.
Stay away from the diners.
And you got to nod awkwardly like,
good job.
Good job. Thank you.
That's not the worst. The worst is that if you actually know the music, it's annoying because they try to play the artistic, their own version of the song. So just imagine, you know what I mean, a lounge singer, and you're like, oh, man, I want to hear whatever song, and they play it like with their version of it. It is so fucking annoying because you want to sing along, you know what I'm saying? So you go, play More Than a Feeling. Oh, I know that song. You know what I mean? And they're like, instead of More Than a Feeling, they're like, More Than a Feeling. And you're like, dude, that's not how the song goes, you know? It's unbelievable.
I would think if I was requesting it to a mariachi band that he probably wouldn't know how it goes. So
no, but I'm saying,
you
know, comparing, dude. Like the Spanish version of, sometimes they'll play English songs, too.
Yeah.
Like they're getting into that. They're trying to cross over. So when you go, like I did this mariachi festival, and this one group of mariachis was actually playing like Led Zeppelin and Beatles songs.
Really?
Yes.
Well? Were they doing it well, or?
It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Entertaining.
It was very entertaining.
Well, who didn't like Jose Feliciano's version of Light My Fire?
Ah, of course.
He Spanished that one up a bit.
Do we have that?
He actually got away with it.
We have a little taste of that?
Everyone liked it right up until the Light My Fire, Light My Fire, and I was like, okay. All right, you were doing a good job. I was getting into the whole groove of it. Sounded cool.
Sergeant
and it went off with
Peppers.
The Tourette's version.
All right, now we got to find the damn thing. Hold on.
Oh, you're going to be able to find it, Hawk?
Of course.
Hawk's at the helm. There it is. Right?
I don't hear Light My Fire yet.
I'll have the burrito taco combo.
This song was huge back in like the 70s.
Is it because the song's good or because he's blind?
I think it's blind, Spanish. It was a Doors song.
It was after Chico and the Man where he had some popularity.
Untrue.
Yeah.
You know that I would be a liar.
I think they did a good job with it.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Gary Hoey.
So I'm doing it live on Flip Wilson, I think. Right after the Here Comes the Judge skit.
But see what I mean? He does what I told you.
Yeah.
He changed the song so much.
Yeah. It's just a shadow of its former self.
Like if you knew the actual song and you wanted to sing along, you'd be fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, Clapton did that with Layla. And that was his own song.
All right, very, very good. There you go.
That's a guilty pleasure, though. Sometimes you're punching around, you want to relax, drive, and not have extreme road rage. You just, someone cuts you off, and when he's like, you know that it could be, you're like, that's okay, cut me off. That's fine. You go, what hurry am I in?
You know what? Let me pay that toll for you.
Yeah.
Just as long as they don't cut you off during the Light My Fire,
Light My Fire, Light My Fire. That's when I got to punch out. I'm out of the song. But Light My Fire, Light My Fire. Jose, you were doing so good.
Well, we're in an uncomfortable position, Carlos, because we had a comedian come on the air.
Oh, don't be uncomfortable.
And
that guy, don't worry about it. That guy's been talking smack for years, dude. For years. That's why I finally said something in Tucson, because the guy had been talking so much smack. It was like, dude, just stop talking about me. So for all you into this whole thing, people, you can call a morning show called The Locker Room in Denver called KBPI. And asked him if 3 years ago this guy was talking smack. It's just like, oh my God!
I don't think anybody's actually denying the fact that smack is being smuck, but it's
he is. He came in here like, oh, it's on now. It's like, dude, it's been on for you forever. What are you talking about?
And I want to go on record and say that I like both of you guys. So it's a weird thing. weird thing that's going on.
Don't be weird. For me, it's go to my website. Read my bio page.
I've been to Carl's house. I've hung with Joe Rogan at the store.
Rogan says
I know Carl's lovely wife Amy. I was invited to what was I invited to when I was out there?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it your engagement
But
party
you don't have to, dude. That's my point. I've never said anything bad about Joe Rogan's comedy. Here.
You give me a credit card?
No, check that out. Because he said that I made up my name, dude. That's a green card. What's my name on the green card?
Honduras.
My name, actually.
Ned.
Ned what?
Mencia.
There you go.
Ned A. Mencia.
There you go.
You got a green card?
Yes.
Wow, this is cool.
I'm a beaner, dude. When I say I'm a beaner, I'm a beaner, bro.
You were born in 1915?
No.
Oh, yeah,
That's like high tech and shit. What's on the back of that?
Dude, ever since 9/11, bro. They
Yeah.
don't fuck around, dude. It's got
like
a hologram and all kinds of shit in the
there's
back.
holograms on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Permanent resident card?
Exactly, dude. How creepy is that?
Why do you need this?
Because I'm not an actual citizen yet.
Why is that?
Because I took the test and then you gotta get sworn in, and I had a gig.
Are you shitting me?
And like a true American, I took the money.
You went for the money gig before?
So now I got to do it all over again.
What do you got to wait? Oh, now you got to take the test all over again?
Yeah, got to take the test all over again.
Is that a hard test?
No,
yeah, what questions they ask you?
God, I should have brought it, dude.
You should have, because I guarantee you that I would
get it on the internet. Oh yeah, you can get it on the internet. It's like who was the first president? What are the 3 branches of government? Who's the president now? That kind of stuff.
So far, I'm all right.
So far. I was thinking that in my head.
What are the first 15 amendments to the Constitution called?
Bill of Rights.
Yeah, just stuff like that. But then there's a couple of them that you're like,
what?
Oh, fuck. You know what I mean?
They ain't going to let me in.
I guarantee we get Lady Di on the phone, she will fail the test.
Can we throw her out of the country then, please?
Yeah, I would love to.
But the other thing is that if you've been here over 20 years, you can take the test in whatever your native tongue is.
All right, here we go.
Get the fuck out.
So my dad took the test in Spanish.
That doesn't seem like you should be able to do that.
Did he pass?
Yeah, but it was easy for him because I read it and I was like, these are in Spanish, Dad. Don't you think you need to know them in English? And he was like, no, they're going to ask the questions in Spanish. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You can become an American?
What? Oh, we got the questions up?
Yeah. What are the colors of our flag? Was that one of the questions?
Right. Red, white, and blue.
All right. How many stars are there on the flag?
Yeah.
50.
50 or
48? Are you about to say? He's about to say 48.
I was fucking with you. Stop. That one I know. I'll tell you the ones I don't know. What color are the stars on our flag? Blue. What do the stars on the flag?
Blue.
White. They're white.
Wait, white.
The stars, dude.
They're white.
The stars are white.
Blue background. Wow. Opie, are you a citizen?
Are you a citizen? Oh, you're going back, dude. Right. You're going back to Europe, bitch.
Send them back.
We don't need to know this shit. We're here.
I agree.
I was born here. I don't need to know crap.
What else? Let her rip.
How many stripes are there on the flag? What do the stars
13.
on the flag?
How many? Yeah, 13. That's one most people don't know.
And that represents the original colonies.
Mm-hmm.
What color are the stripes?
Red and white.
What do the stripes on the flag mean?
Yeah.
Colonies.
Very good. How many states are there in the Union?
50.
States in the Union, 50.
Puerto Rico would say 51, but...
Well, that's why I was ready to say more than 50.
No, it's 50. They're
well,
not
the Puerto Rico thing is getting a little squirrely. They want to be a state. Why do we celebrate the 4th of July? What is the date of Independence Day? Independence from whom? What country did we fight during the Revolutionary War?
England.
Who is the first president?
Washington.
Who is president today?
An idiot.
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
There you go.
Yeah, we get it. Let's see. It just goes on and on in space.
There's got to be some in there. What's one of the tough ones?
What are the duties of Congress?
Uh-oh. That's a tough one.
I got to pack my bags.
Drink. Screw pages.
Get blowjob.
You're right. The duties of Congress. Yeah, they make laws.
Yeah, that's the legislation.
All right, here's a tough one. How many
legislation makes the laws?
Yeah,
Congress
makes the laws.
How many
executive interprets and judiciary enforces?
How many?
No, the opposite.
Where's my card?
Judiciary interprets.
Judiciary interprets and executive
enforces.
Yeah, exactly. How many changes or amendments are there to the Constitution?
Wow, how many amendments?
Ooh,
total? Oof. Can I take out the ones I don't agree with?
Well, the first 10 or 15 of the Bill of Rights.
15, I think.
15 of the Bill of Rights. That's the first ones.
Look at this room of fucking retards.
For how long do we elect each senator?
Senator. That's 6.
6 years, I think.
Yes. What are the duties of the Supreme Court?
Nobody knows.
Now it's getting...
That should be to interpret the law,
Now
right?
they're getting out of hand. They're getting a little picky now. Who was Martin Luther King Jr.?
Why is that on there?
Who said, give me liberty or give me death?
Nathan Hale.
I thought it was Ethan Allen.
They called him Than Hale, though, which is weird. A lot of people don't know that.
Than Hale?
Than Hale, yeah.
That was the first guy that won...
right.
I'd keep going, but this is on a really bad blue background, and now I can't.
Are you
see
going
shit.
blind watching that?
I cannot focus anymore.
Opie, is it as
He's
blue?
rubbing his eyes.
Is it as blue as the stars on the flag?
All right.
How many amendments were there? Was it like 30?
I can't even
something.
I'm not even
Are you
kidding.
kidding?
Are there
You can't
answers?
see?
Holy crap!
Are the answers there?
No, there's no answers.
Don't you know his stinking answers?
Oh, click
they
here to
give
see
you the
answers. Okay.
Oh.
There you go. Dick Cheney is the president. See, now you got to match it up with the question, and now we don't have the question.
That's hard.
So I could just tell you, answer 33 was 435.
That test is hard.
There you go.
It gets pretty hard, dude. But then it's verbal. They get to ask you whatever they want. So, you know.
Oh, you got to know all the capitals?
Oh, you kidding?
Boy, that's rough.
I know,
all the capitals?
Yes.
I know Des Moines and Albany.
That is really hard.
What is the capital of Alabama?
Montgomery.
Very good.
Ooh. Wow.
What about, let me try to get a, how about Kansas?
Kansas?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that would be...
Little Rock, Arkansas, Kansas is...
Kansas is...
are
you looking?
Topeka. Is it Topeka?
Yes, very good.
It is?
Topeka.
Damn it.
How about Kentucky? That's a tough one.
Kentucky.
Louisville. No, it's not Louisville. That's the big city there.
People are screaming at their radios right now. No one's going to get it in this room. Kentucky.
Frankfurt.
Stop reading.
I didn't read.
Did you read?
How am I reading? Where?
Right over here.
Oh, right. I can see that.
Why not?
It's 20 miles away.
All right, all right, hold on a minute.
Did you really not cheat?
He cheated.
Of course I cheated. I have eyes like a hawk.
I know, Anthony. All right, how about...
He didn't even know Frankfurt was in Kentucky. Germany?
One more, and I'm hiding the answer.
Oh,
South Dakota.
South Dakota?
Who cares, really? Like, that's what I would answer during the test.
Right.
Who cares? It's South Dakota.
St. Paul.
Pierre.
That would be Minnesota.
Pierre.
Pierre, South Dakota. What? Anyway.
Who cares? But
yeah,
say what?
Who cares about the capitals?
Well, you're going to care because you got to do the test again.
Yeah, I got to do it like in a couple of months, actually.
How could you take a gig after you did all the prep work?
It was a lot of money, dude. It was a lot of money, bro. Especially at the time.
That just seems like one of those things on the priority list, becoming American citizen.
Because I thought,
and what
could be more American than taking a job?
Getting the money. Yeah, okay.
What is this?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John in Philly, go ahead.
Yo, Patrick Henry said, give me liberty or give me death. Not Ethan Allen, retards.
I was joking about the Ethan Allen because that was the boat that capsized.
Was it Nathan Hale?
Nathan Hale. I said Nathan Hale.
Yeah, he said Nathan Hale.
The Sand Hale?
Right, but the Ethan Allen was obviously a dumb joke.
Oh,
let's go to Robert in Dallas. Robert?
Yeah, the Bill is actually the first 10 amendment.
Bill of Rights is the first 10, not 15?
Yeah. I'm
right.
Canadian, and I mean, come on, guys.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Eddie. Eddie!
Yo, dudes.
What's
Big
up?
fan. Listen, guys, every motherfucker that takes this test and passes it should get an automatic into any fucking college in this country they want. I swear to God. I got my master's from Princeton, and I don't know half these fucking answers.
Yeah, imagine if you had to take the test to stay.
Yeah.
This country would be like the Old West again. They'd be giving out land in the middle of it. There'd be nobody here.
But you know who would pass? All the immigrants would pass. Because they'd study.
They study the test. They have to,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like, if you ask my dad all these questions, he'd come in here all badass answering them
He'd
all.
know 'em.
You wouldn't understand half his fucking answers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'd be like, he'd say Pierre, but it would sound like Paco. You know what I'm saying? Paco. Did you say Paco? It's Pierre. That's what I said,
I panic when I come back into America, and I'm convinced they're going to ask me something.
You're not gonna let you in?
And I'm not going to know it. Like, do the Pledge of Allegiance or something like that, and I'll be like, all right, I'll try.
I always get scared, dude. Always get scared when I'm coming back into the country.
Oh, and you got the green card. You must be like, it's like a spin the wheel every time you come back.
Dude, every time, bro.
Yeah.
And every time in the past few years, they've recognized me, so they give me a pass. Every time so far. Thank God.
Did you ever end up in a little room?
No, they haven't done that to me yet, man.
I ended up in a little... You did Montreal, right? The festival?
Yeah.
I ended up in a little room.
On the way back?
On the way in.
Oh,
on the way in?
On the way in.
What the hell did they think
I
you
don't
were
know.
doing?
There was something... Because what happens when you do the Montreal Comedy Festival, your name's supposed to be on a list. For some bizarre reason, my name's not on a list. So I'm in a room. My girlfriend's in the other room. My girlfriend's from Montreal. And all I hear is, I live here. He's with me. And I'm like, just send me back to the States. I don't want to do the friggin' festival. Just send me back.
Meanwhile, Middle Easterners are going in there going, I'm going to blow some shit up in America.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah,
no
we don't want to
problems.
profile you, so come on.
That ticking is my watch.
Exactly.
They got a conga line right next to it.
Meanwhile, Adam, what are you here for? To tell jokes? Bullshit!
Yeah.
Bullshit, you and your fucking jokes. Bullshit!
We don't believe you. We have to look in your ass.
You're on the comedy watch list. Have that. No, my name is just similar.
I hate having a national talk show because you get to talk to people from South Dakota.
Oh,
Chuck,
boy.
go ahead.
Yeah, you guys pronounce that wrong. It's Pierre, not Pierre.
Pierre, South Dakota.
You know, I drove through South Dakota once, and I found it a fascinating state. The Badlands are there, and so is Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
and I stopped and looked, and I enjoyed your state, Chuck.
Yeah, don't forget Crazy Horse.
Mm-hmm. Crazy Horse, right.
But Crazy Horse...
The engine.
And the no helmet law.
Crazy
no
Horse...
helmet law.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy Horse has not been completed, right, sir?
Nope, it has not been completed. That face is done, but not the rest of it.
They've been working on that damn thing for well over 50 years, I believe.
Yep.
And they ran out of...
another 50 to go.
They ran out of money.
Did they?
No government funding.
Of course not. It's for an Indian.
They refused government funding.
That's right. It started with one guy. He passed it down to his son after he died, right, sir?
Yep.
And they're very good, Opie. And what are they doing this for? Just a big... It's going to be a big stone face?
Well, no. It's in the... They're going to build an Indian hospital and everything at the base of it.
But what is it, statue?
Indian. Yeah, big statue like Mount Rushmore.
It's pretty much a Mount Rushmore.
That's not done, but the casino next to it is kicking ass. Yeah. The casino next to it is rocking.
Yeah, fuck the monuments to any of these guys. Get the card tables out.
Oh, yeah, the blackjack. Oh.
You be able to fit Mount Rushmore on its arm.
All right. It's Pierre, South Dakota. Thank
Pierre.
you, Chuck.
Yeah. Thank you, Chuck. Say hi to the other 6 people that live there.
Rather pay tribute to Chief Running Aces.
Chief Double Down says we must raise money.
I met an Indian girl about 6 months ago, and her name, I swear to God, was actually Cha-Ching.
Cha-ching?
Cha-ching?
She said it was more like Cha-Ching, but I was like, that's Cha-Ching. I was like,
that's Asian.
That's badass.
There are people in this country now, ethnic groups, that are claiming like 0.1% Indian just so they can open up casinos and sell tax-free cigarettes.
You want me to tell you the sick part? I do a lot of casinos now, and especially like anywhere in the Southwest, after all the tribe want to meet you. So they're always like, the tribe would like to meet you. Sometimes it's in your contract. You got to go hang out with the tribe after. So, you know, you're excited, man. I'm going to meet some real Indians. And I swear to God, every single time I walk into a room filled with the tribe, here's what I get. Oye, güey, ¿qué pasó, Carlos? What the fuck kind of Indians are you? And then they all look at me and they go, 116. That's all you have to be.
That's all you have to be.
My grandmother fucked one of them. Poof, I got in. I'm like, what? They're all in. They're all beaners, dude. They're all Mexicans. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's obviously the Southwest.
Yeah.
Up in the Northeast here, the Indians we have up here, especially out on eastern Long Island, black guys. They're black. And they're out there as American Indians getting this tax exemption, trying to open up casinos out there, but they are black guys.
How, motherfucker?
Yeah. Yeah. You Indian? Don't give me no shit, motherfucker. I'm an Indian. Yeah. And that's so. You will not find one guy that owns a casino or is selling tax-exempt cigarettes going, what do you like 'em? You know, the guy that looks like the Braves with
the Cowie tribe,
the Cowie guy, Nakahoma, Chief Nakahoma.
I've only met a couple that actually look like like real Indians. The rest of them, it's just like, dude, come on.
I've only seen real-looking Indians at those degrading powwows they put on for Whitey, where they go around and they wear the feathers and hi,
and they just
dance
look like
around
they
in
want to fucking kill themselves.
Yeah, and it's you don't have to. That would be the same thing as a black guy getting up going, well, let me do some soft shoes for you,
right?
You know, and doing a tap dance and opening his eyes real wide. The Indians don't have to do that. Stop it. You got the casinos. Just rape us blind. You got me real bad at Mohegan.
They're finally getting even because they gave white people tobacco. So now the biggest killer in America is, smoking-related illnesses, and they got casinos.
Yeah, that makes up for the anthrax blankets.
Exactly. That makes up for the chicken pox and all the other shit.
There you go, Injun. You cold? You and your tribe cold? Take these blankets.
White men, nice. Give me warm blanket.
Ooh. Throat scratch 'em. Runny nose.
Wow, we're being called out like crazy still.
Yeah.
Pete in New York, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing this morning?
All right, Pete.
I want to talk. I want to ask this unfunny spick. Why are you not talking about what Rogan said about you, man? Why are you not defending yourself?
What do I need to defend?
Hey Ned, this guy was on the air talking about you, saying you steal people's material. And
wait a minute. Just so you know, did he tell you? Did he tell you what joke I stole?
He was on. He was.
Did he say what joke I stole?
Look, I'm not him.
Well, then I'll tell you this.
You're not defending yourself against what this guy said.
Because you don't have to. He didn't tell you what joke I stole.
You're on the air being unfunny. Nobody's laughing at your dumb shit. Why don't you talk about what happened and defend yourself instead of being a stupid, dumb, unfunny spick, you fucking asshole?
Because because he never said what I stole.
Well, we got some quick clips. We could go through it real.
You don't have to. See, the whole thing is, had he come up here and said, hey, this is the joke he stole, I'd say, listen, I did that joke, but for all the people that have any interest in this, I record every single set that I do. So like this weekend, when I'm at the club, I'll actually record every show. So from 1996 up until now, I've recorded pretty much every single set. So if anybody actually wants to see my material since then, go to carlosmencia.com, go to the page where you can purchase the albums, type in a date where I performed, and you can actually get an archived copy of anything you want. But until somebody says, this is a joke he stole, why would I even want to get into it?
Yeah, that was one of Rogan's points of contention, is the thievery.
Well, he accused me of stealing, and he accused, what's his name, of stealing. What's that other comic? Dane Cook.
Oh, Dane, okay.
But with Dane, he gave you an example. He said he stole my joke about animals fucking and he turned it into hippos. That's exactly what he did. Now, when somebody steals your shit, you go, hey, this is the fucking joke he stole.
Yeah.
He said, I claim I'm Mexican. Read my bio. I've never said I'm Mexican. I said my mom's Mexican. I grew up in East L.A. Here's the joke. So for everybody that hasn't heard it at some point in time, here's how the joke goes. I was born in Honduras. My mom's Mexican. My dad's from Central America. I grew up in East L.A. where no matter what I say, no matter what I do, I'm Mexican. White people, wherever you go in America, you're still white. When I go to Miami, I'm Cuban. When I go to New York, what am I? The audience goes Puerto Rican, and I go, fuck you motherfuckers. That's the joke.
Right.
I've been doing it forever. I've never lied. People know my name's Ned. I don't care. That's like it's an attack. Ooh, Ned. Ooh.
I want to hear the audio though now.
Ooh, Ned.
I know, right?
It's just a quick clip. He's claiming that you're a fake Mexican. It'll make for interesting radio. Play it right here. This
Carlos
is Joe
Mencia
Rogan.
claims to be Mexican. His name isn't even really Carlos Mencia. That's a fake name. His real ethnicity is he's half German and half Honduran.
Look at my face.
German?
Yeah, look at my face. Doesn't it say Hofbrau?
This is real. This is all real.
I didn't know that.
Invented the name Carlos Mencia.
I'm going to a Nazi rally just so they can accept me for the German that I am.
So
by the way, stop that. Stop that right there. And see the guy, that's my point. This motherfucking guy calls in saying, defend yourself, calling me a fucking spick. Defend me from what? You just fucking defended me. You called me a spick. I can't be a fucking kraut if I'm a spick. What am I, a Beaner Schnitzel?
Where did the German
It's fucking retarded.
Where does the German
thing come from?
Because you don't look German.
That's my point.
And that's what I usually do. You look this, you look...
Right. My great-grandfather was born in the Cayman Islands, and I checked his last name, and it comes from Germany. But I don't know anybody that comes from Germany. So that's where that comes from.
Great-grandfather, huh?
His name was
Adolf Hitler, wasn't it? I knew it.
It was actually Eichmann. But...
Well, the one thing I want to say, man, is I'm in the entertainment business. I mean, people change their names all the time.
I know, that's my
point. For
point.
show business. It's how many people have like grown up, and they've changed their name when they became famous or right before.
That's why it's not anything I need to defend.
All right, Gerhard Hoey. Something you're hiding in your past?
Yeah. You need to defend yourself. My defense is my website. Go read it. It actually tells you that my father's name is Roberto Holness, my mom's Magdalena Mencia. It tells you everything you need to know.
Just go there. This is too much fun. Let's finish the clip.
Name is Ned Holness. This is real. Wow. This is all real. Mitzi Shore invented the name Carlos Mencia to ingratiate him with the Latino community of Los Angeles. So this fucking retard.
His name is Ned?
Yeah, his name is Ned. Yeah. He's got a fake name. I mean, this guy's so fucking stupid. His whole reasoning for why people call him a thief is that they're jealous. They're jealous of him. This fake fucking Mexican living this fake life, stealing people's material.
All right, that's the
wow.
That's pretty much the gist of the you're a fake Mexican.
Poor guy.
That was.
And you know what sucks?
We like being in the middle of this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes for great radio.
Yeah, I think he's funny. That's what sucks.
I love Rogan.
I've never said anything. I've never said anything bad about him or his comedy. I have no idea where all this shit comes from.
Where does it? You don't know like where it comes from?
Honestly, dude, look, go to my webpage and click on my bio, and the first thing it tells you is everything that he laid out about that shit. Now, why would somebody like attack somebody on some shit that's right there? I cannot tell you. The only thing I've ever been able to come up with is jealousy.
No, you got to put in, it's nedgerbils.com.
Yeah. Ned Gerber. Sauerkraut Schnitzel. I want to go to a Hofbrau now, though. See if they'll accept me for the German that I am.
You got
some in you. Hey, it's October, man. Oktoberfest is coming around the corner.
They picked up Mind of Mencia for next year, right?
Yeah.
So you should do a German thing, man. That'd be hilarious.
See, but it's
the whole thing is like some people think I'm German. Well, let's see what the German culture is all about.
It's not like it's not there. It's not out there enough. You know what I mean? Like if this was like a huge thing. As a matter of fact, you know what would be great? I changed my name. Mitzi was the one that said. But if you ever want to know why I changed my name, actually get a copy of my first HBO special. My accent from East L.A. was unmistakable at the time, dude. I mean, it was so thick that Ned just did not apply to the fuck. There's an actual joke where I talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I say they didn't find any penises in his house, and I said, you don't eat the dick, but I quote, this is exactly how I said it. You don't eat the dick? It's that bad, dude. I swear to God. So Mitzi was like, Ned, what the fuck kind of name is that? And I was like, that's my name. And she's like, you got to change it to something more ethnic. You're way too much of a beaner. And so I said, my real last name is Mencia, and I got an uncle named Carlos. And that's how it started. But to be honest with you, my dream would be that this gets so huge that I could actually change my name back to Ned. So people would know me, like, for my real name.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
That's actually funny, though, to be the way you are and come out and say, hi, I'm Ned. I mean, I think that's hysterical.
Well, now it is, because I'm,
How about Carlos Mellencamp Mencia? Just to get people used to it.
Can I get the Cougar? I want Cougar first. I want Cougar. And then I'll get rid of it'll be Carlos Ned Cougar Mencia. Why can't it be Cougar? Because that's not Mexican enough. Chihuahua. Like, get a beaner animal in there.
Well, obviously there's something going on that we, like, I don't know how it started. You apparently don't know how it started.
I used to be really good friends with Jeff.
Now
we used to go work out together. We used to hang out together. And then he started hanging out with at other comedy clubs. And then George, who fucking hates me. You know what I mean? But with George Lopez, here's a guy who last week actually said, I don't want to see any Hispanic comedians succeed except for me. That's how sick this fucking thing gets. Like, he would say some shit like that. That made me cry, dude. I mean, not because of me personally, but, dude, when you're the only fucking beaner on network television, and there's, you know, fucking thousands of young guys trying to be you, there's Pablo Francisco's, there's Gabriel Iglesias, there's all these young kids that, you know, emulate you, that want to be like you, and you fucking tell them to their face, I don't want you to succeed because you're Hispanic. He's
like the El Howard Osterno of the Spanish community.
but you guys know what that's like.
Rabino. They are ripping me off.
Tell them, Frederico.
Tell them, Frederico, would you please? Tell them.
So I don't know where it comes from. And I've tried really hard to be, like, really cool and nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
I really have. But last week when we were just talking about comics and this guy goes, oh yeah, he was in here a couple months ago and he said something bad about you, and I was like, fuck, man.
One other thing he said was that you were walking around watching his act.
Of course, I watch comics when I'm at the Comedy Store. That's what I do.
But then you had turned it around as if he was walking around watching you.
Well, he has to watch my act. He has to watch my act, or if he doesn't watch my act, how does he know I steal?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out what was said.
That's my point.
He says he's got on video
when
you were saying that he was watching your act, that he actually had left, like, really quickly. He barely saw
I know he has me on videotape.
And he says the reason he says that you're ripping off people's act is because it's something that's known all around the L.A. comedy community.
Whatever. Quote the joke. He didn't. That's it. He was pissed off in here. Dude, he was mad.
Hey, grab track 2.
He was actually pissed off. This motherfucker. He actually called me a fat fuck, I think.
Yeah, you know what, though? He's an animal.
Yeah. Isn't he?
Oh, my God.
That's why I don't want to fuck. He's huge, dude. I could put you in a... He'll fucking kick my ass.
You ever seen with that, like, extreme fighting shit and, like...
That's why
he is so scary.
That's why I'm going to take Joe Rogan's side.
You fucking fag. You fucking fag.
Because I like my life. No, it's
all right. But hey, one phone call. Rogan's side because I like my life and he might not pass the test.
I don't know your fighting resume. I know his.
But I don't need a fighting resume. I got Puerto Rican backup here.
All right, wait. Well, let me think. Let me think about this now.
See, right here, I could say, mi gente latina. Un güero me está jodiendo. Vengan acá.
I'm telling you. You just called in an attack.
I'm just telling you right now, dude.
Here come the low
You guys are gonna get phone calls.
He's got sleeper cells.
Right now they're going, wake up, wake up.
Right now, if you listen closer, you could hear the click of 100 switchblades.
All right, wake up! We have heard, finally, the sound of action!
Here's another clip. Here's another clip of Joe Rogan.
So my cameraman happened to be there the day Carlos claims that I was watching him from the stage, and instead what we have is me on stage and him watching me, pacing around the room, watching me. The guy imitates everyone, including me, all the time. He steals from everyone, whether it's George Lopez or Paul Mooney or old Richard Pryor albums. The guy's a fucking idiot, and all he does is rehash other people's shit or rewrite other people's shit. You know, you do a joke about going to the fucking zoo, whatever it is, and if it kills, he'll do a joke about going to the zoo and just rewrite your shit. He's a weak-minded fucking simpleton, and he doesn't know that people know he's a weak-minded simpleton.
Hey, it's getting uncomfortable in here.
Oh my God!
That's, by the way, one of my most sought-after bits. My going to the zoo bit. It's famous around the country. No, it really is. Call people up and ask them, hey, what's Carlos's #1 bit? It's not putting the stocking over my head and pulling it back. It's not the Asian thing or the whole. It's when he went to the zoo. Holy shit. That fucking bit about going to the zoo was hellacious. Get the fuck out of here.
The thing that fascinates me about this whole situation is it's so personal that I can't see this.
Let's get one thing. I have not talked shit about the guy. I've never said anything personal about him. I never will. I don't feel the need to demean other guys in our industry.
Fair enough. I haven't heard you ever attack the guy personally.
Right.
But there is such this personal thing that he has that he's made that he's vocalized toward you.
Right.
Like, wow, that was very personal.
Yeah. I don't know what, dude. I swear to God, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, he'll tell you that we were at the Comedy Store at the same time. Obviously, the evidence is there. Mm-hmm. He's never come up to me and said, "Hey, man, I got a fucking problem with you. You do this, you do that." I would address it.
I don't think any comics do that. You're all a bunch of motherfuckers.
No. I actually got an email from a guy in Boston that says I'm doing this joke, and somebody says it's like a joke you did. And I read the joke, and I said, no, it's not. Go ahead and do it. But the guy sent me an email because someone said that's an Adam Ferrara joke.
It was my email.
It was you?
Yeah. It was my Bob Ross painting bit, you son of a bitch.
You bastard.
1988.
1988.
You stole my Bob Ross painting bit. And gave it
on the couch.
And gave it away.
This is a true story, actually.
What?
There's a little something going on between these two.
We
listen to this.
Oh,
we were
really?
sitting on the couch.
You're sitting around one of those afternoons
Call
drinking.
him a fat fuck.
You fat fuck. You are a simpleton motherfucker.
My real name is Ned.
You fake Italian.
Well, what?
You pasta eating motherfucker.
Well, like,
you really don't like calzones.
Yeah, you're not Latino and he's not Italian. Hello. Tell this
story. His name's
just...
Adam Hindenburg, isn't it? We're just hanging around, and Bob Ross, we used to watch Bob Ross paint, and he was telling some story one day, and I found it fascinating about how he paints these nice, happy trees and scenes now because he saw a lot of bad things when he was in Vietnam.
Right.
So I just got the idea that it was hysterical that this guy was in Vietnam, and he's got this little afro, and he's painting happy scenes and rabbits and stuff, when in the Nam, he's probably in the shit, you know, Charlie in the bushes, and it would be funny to see him have a Vietnam flashback as he's painting these things instead of a happy tree. And there, we put a little Agent Orange on the picture. And what's in the tree? A happy rabbit? No, that's Charlie. Okay, now we got to set fire to the hooch over here in the corner. and it just kind of was one of those things. And we were hanging out, and Adam had just started getting rolling in comedy.
Still doing open mic nights.
And wanted to do the bit. I was like, fine, take it. You know, where's my outlet? The tin knockers on the job site I was going to that day. So he takes it, and that was the end of it. Until I turn on SNL one night, and who was on there? What was his name?
No, it was Joey Cola.
Joey Cola.
Yeah.
Was on Saturday Night Live.
He was?
Yeah.
When did Joey do Saturday Night Live?
He was on SNL one night because I was watching it, and he was one of the comedy guests that came out. I think it might have been one of those nights they had to throw someone off, and he was like there, so they put him on.
Right.
And I'm watching, and I see Bobby start doing my bit to a T. Not even one of those, it might be the zoo bit, it might not be the zoo bit. You know, your famous zoo bit.
Yeah, it's incredible. You've heard it.
Right.
That's amazing.
It wasn't even that. It was the same lines and everything. And I'm like, oh, my dear sweet Christ, he's doing my bit. So I called up Adam, and I asked him, and you're already laughing, saying, oh, I traded him for some other bit. You told me that you talked to him and traded him a bit.
No, I didn't.
You were told.
What is it? I'll give you a bit for a scooter?
Got him, need him, got him, need him, got him.
Sunday night to try out the bit. Joey was up before me doing a Bob Ross painter bit. Joey was an established comic. I was an open micer. I'm like, well, fuck, I can't do the same premise. No one's going to believe that, you know, no one knows Anthony Cumia from the couch.
That's
right. So I said, look, I got this other bit. He goes, do it. He goes, well, I've been doing this for a while. I said, all right, because my bit was about him being in Vietnam. And he goes,
see, because no one knew he was in Vietnam.
Well, yeah, but he was doing the painter bit, so that's how Joey did it. But I never gave him
Everyone
the
did a Bob Ross painter bit. But mine was the idea of bringing him to Vietnam.
That's what I said. That's what.
That's the best part. That's what you gave him. Everyone was going happy trees, happy trees. No one was going, look, Charlie.
You're watching a 25-year relationship break up in front of your eyes. They've been friends for 25 years.
Fucking ignorant motherfucker.
Ignorant
motherfucker. Fuck simpleton.
You
ripped
German
me off.
Nazi cocksucker.
You're not even really Italian.
You anti-Semitic frickin'.
You did that fucking Olive Garden commercial. You're not a real Italian.
Yeah?
Hospitaliano. What does that even fucking mean?
You were in a band called As Is that covered a Cat Stevens song.
What? All right. Now you've gone too far. Now this is personal.
Now you're going to throw down.
What? What's Cat Stevens song?
Oh, which one did we cover?
Wild
what was
World.
That? Wild World.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it was awful.
I wish I had an answer for you guys. I really do. I really do wish I had an answer for you guys.
And his other big point, and this is one that now I got to come out and say I agree. I agree with Joe Rogan on this one.
Yes.
The Punisher.
That wasn't me, though.
You absolutely gave yourself the name The Punisher.
No, I did not.
Hold on,
I did not.
Stop it. Hold on, let's play the clip. It's
It's really short.
Okay.
You fucking asshole. You asshole.
Wait, we'll get into it. Here's Joe Rogan.
First of all, nobody calls that guy the Punisher. They call him the phony Mexican, or they call him Carlos Mencia. That's all anybody calls him. If you go to the Comedy Store, that's what you hear. Oh, dude, the phony Mexican's here. Or Carlos Mencia's here. And what happens, everybody gets nervous because Carlos sits in the back of the room with a fucking tape recorder and watches people's sets.
Wow, with a tape recorder. At least give me credit for learning your shit, dude. At least, come on, guy. I'm not going to go in there with a tape recorder. I'm better than that. I mean, I didn't cross the border by telling them I'm crossing on this day at this time.
Wouldn't that be great if you brought in a court stenographer to sit in front of the stage and just take down everybody's act?
That would be fucking hilarious.
Shit.
No.
Now, The Punisher. Who gave you the name The Punisher?
It was the comedians, and it's a fun name to have. And
now
put on
that's
t-shirts
something.
And stuff.
Now Joe is saying that comics are such self-centered dickwads. They don't want anyone to sound cooler than they are, or that they portray them.
Except when you have a TV show and you can give them work.
Those are the people that are calling you the Punisher?
No. I'm saying once you have a TV show, young comics don't talk shit about you anymore. Like, I'll give you an example. There were 4 comedians that told me the story about what happened. 4 comedians, and I called each of them up, and they were like, please don't involve us in this shit, dude. Please don't get us involved in this shit. Do not mention my fucking name. Just fucking please do not, because they're scared, because somebody can give them a job. So you couldn't get a young comic that might think any comic could give them a job to talk shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
Now, I haven't heard Carlos Mencia, and I haven't heard
that was pretty funny.
The phony Mexican is great. Like you're sitting there with a drawn-on big mustache and like one of those big sombrero from Sears. Like just everything looks fake.
An inflatable donkey.
And I walk on stage going, "Bring the women to me. I will rape and pillage the village."
That's my favorite, is the phony Mexican.
Got a poncho on.
But the Punisher is too cool a name.
Yeah,
for anyone to have.
But that's why I put it on hats and stuff.
When they introduced
me, the Punisher of comedy, I swear to God, it's the funniest shit ever. And the hats, the Punisher hats, big sellers. Big money makers.
Do you understand there was a movie out and a comic book named The Punisher?
No, but it's not The Punisher. It's Punisher. It's not actually protected.
Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
I swear to God,
The Punisher isn't The Punisher.
But Punisher, different.
Son of a bitch.
And I spell it like a beaner, so there's a couple of letters missing.
I just cannot get past the fact that it's too cool a nickname. People give other people nicknames. Stinky, fatso,
I got hard
asshole,
on when I heard
douchebag. But Punisher is like, God damn.
I got hard on when I heard it.
Yeah?
Yeah, a friend of mine comes up and goes, "Dude, all those comics just said you're the Punisher." And I went, "I'm stealing that one." And I pulled out my tape recorder and went, "Punisher." Oh, there it is.
Note to self, refer to self as Punisher.
That's exactly
Call
what I did.
hat company, start production of merchandise.
Find out what is trademark.
It was great, dude. It was great.
Damn.
I don't know. I wish you know what I'm saying. I wish I could point it out and I could address it. I wish there was like a way to say.
Yeah, it's definitely something personal there.
This is that. Maybe it's the Comedy Store. Maybe
you ever watch Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's a fucked up show.
But I hate. You see, here's what I hate. I hate the fact that, I can't really engage in this. You know what I'm saying? Like to a certain point, because it's like there's no reason for it. But part of me, you know what I mean? Part of me does want to. Part of me is like.
Well, of course.
Part of me is like, and then the other part's like, you know what? My mom always taught me, if you ever put somebody down and make yourself better, it's because you're not as good as you think you are, you want to be. And I just kind of go
Raised
back to
in
that.
Switzerland, your mom probably had a lot of wise sayings.
Actually, it wasn't Switzerland. It was France.
Was it France?
Yeah, we were on our way out of Germany at the time.
All right,
and
my
the boots were marching behind us, and she said, don't
Carlos,
be a Hitler
come on,
fan.
we're going to France. They're going to surrender. We'll find a nice home.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make some wine.
Now the listeners are saying you did say something bad about Rogan.
Who?
He bashed Rogan on the obscure radio show. You have the audio. He bashed Rogan.
I didn't bash Rogan. I said he says that I steal. He walks around saying I'm not Mexican. And then when the only thing that could sound bad is when they said, why do you think these comedians do it? And I said, because they're jealous, because I'm funny, because they got nothing on me. That is the only thing that be construed. But that's me just hypothesizing upon why this is going on, because I have no idea. But I never find the audio where I say Joe Rogan sucks, or that Joe Rogan's not funny, or that Joe Rogan's a piece of shit. Find that, because I never said it.
Well, we will cut up what you just said and make it sound like you're saying that.
And when Joe Rogan comes back to New York, you're in trouble.
And I know you would, you fucker. And then you'll mix it in with the painting. Then all of a sudden I'll be at the zoo painting little pictures of Charlie.
The zoo pic.
I was at the zoo, and that's Charlie in my painting.
We might have the audio. I don't know. Let's listen to this from the Frank Show in Arizona.
It's true. You're right, actually, Frank. It was Joe Rogan to Dennis Leary, and Dennis Leary actually came out and called him out on it.
Yeah.
And Joe just cowered.
Why is Joe all of a sudden determined that he's the arbiter of comedy and he's going to put everybody in check? What's up with Joe?
Because I don't know, man. It's insecurities. It's like, look, when I go on stage, okay, this weekend, for example, I'm going on stage with 11 other comics. Okay. We're doing 12,000 seats in L.A., 20,000 seats in San Jose, California.
Right.
All right. So we're doing this huge venue. I'm telling you right now that from a competitive standpoint, I want to be the funniest guy on that stage.
Just like
I want to kick everybody's ass.
It's just like everybody in radio that does morning radio. They want to be the funniest show, the most popular show. Sure.
Shut up. It's
but
not about you.
At the end of the night, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's all about putting the effort forth.
I think the force is with you, Carlos. Don't listen to that Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't really see the.
I never.
I haven't heard any bad. I have not heard any bad mouthing. No.
But I don't. That's my point, and that's why it's kind of laughable. It's like, I don't know.
John from Jersey. Hey, didn't Sam Kinison do the Bob Ross Vietnam bit on HBO about 18 years ago? I don't know.
Did you steal it from him?
I came up with it.
Wait a minute.
18 years ago.
Wait a minute. He stole it and then accused you of stealing. You stole it.
Let me tell you something.
Douchebag.
Unless Sam was at Bob Ross's taping of that fucking show, because I was sitting there when he was doing the Vietnam episode.
Okay.
When he first brought up that he was in Vietnam.
Oh,
that bit was fresh off the griddle.
You flipped it over and turned it into a
That's
pancake.
Right.
It was
it
raw
was my
batter.
pancake.
It was raw batter before you got it.
Let's say hi to Dave in Philly. Dave, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's up?
We're talking to the Punisher.
No, Punisher. The Punisher.
Trade. Yeah.
Punisher.
I'm sorry.
Punisher Ned.
Punisher in studio. Yes, go ahead, Dave.
Hey, want to know what's strange about Joe Rogan is the fact that he says that these giant apes exist. And I went online, did a little research on it. And he's the type of guy that believes everything he reads online.
The Bondo chimp?
Yeah, the Bondo chimp. And you want to know what? I look at this incident here between him and, and I'm on Carlos' side. I really don't feel that, he's doing this shit. And, in this Bondo chimp issue, who? Don't you think that there would have been a discovery?
He's going off on the Bondo chimp thing. Yeah. Well, Rogan was in here, and he was talking about the Bondo chimp, some kind of giant chimpanzee. Kind of link
the giant ape that does body work.
To Joe Rogan's defense, he had just finished a pot lollipop when he did it. So, it might have been a little iffy on the facts there.
They wanted to defend you, and I don't know.
But that's what this whole thing about it. You know what? This is perfect because Rogan got his say, Carlos gets his say, and it's up to, whatever.
But for all you guys out there, seriously, that are taking this shit seriously, you need to get a fucking life. I'm being very serious. You need to understand that Carlos Mencia and Joe Rogan are fucking comedians. We tell fucking jokes. We're not curing cancer. We're not uniting the world. We're not getting Jews and Palestinians to come together. We're not getting Puerto Ricans to stop raping chicks in Central Park. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're just telling fucking jokes. Don't take any of this shit so seriously. None of it. I'm serious. Well, Joe Rogan, he said that there's a giant chimp, and that's bullshit. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
The capital of South Dakota is Pierre.
I am very offended that you're not playing German shit. You better go in the fucking archives right now and find some German shit to play.
You get a march, damn it.
We'll find a march for you.
I saw Carlos Mencia sitting in the back of the Comedy Store, singing with his buddies with big pewter beer steins, rocking them back and forth in his hand. I saw it.
Let's go to Stephen, Kentucky. The phones are just ridiculous, so we just gotta go with this a little bit longer.
That's fine.
We'll try to move on to something else. Go ahead, Steve.
It's all good.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Ned.
Yes.
You said you and this Joe Rogan used to work out together?
Yeah, a long time ago when he first came into town, like in the early 90s, when he did this TV show called Hardball on Fox. That's like his first TV show. We were actually friends. We'd go work out. I'd hang out at his house. He's a really good pool player. I'm a shitty pool player, but I try. So we used to go hang out before. We were actually, decent friends.
Yeah, well, my question is, it sounds to me like he's got some issues. Did you ever date his wife or his sister or mother?
No, I never banged any of his friends.
Well, now that would give him a viable issue.
But if I had...
Sounds to me like he's got some problems there or something. I mean, hell, you're comedians, you tell jokes. I drive a truck, and I hear a joke that might apply, say like to bikers or something, and you change it to fit truck driver. This truck driver said this or whatever.
Right.
All right.
And,
yeah, but sometimes they don't work. You can't say, how do you babysit a Polish person? You wet their lips and stick them to the wall. That doesn't work.
This is true.
All right, let's go to Texas. Mike, what's up?
Should have went with the Velcro on the ceiling and have him jump on the bed.
Just wanted to tell El Presidente Mencia that he misheard them, that he was saying, they were saying the Pinocher, not the Punisher.
Oh, that would be funny. See, that's a good line.
Now, what is that?
Here's what it is.
Spanish for pussy.
Panocha is pussy in Spanish.
Oh, so they were calling you pussy.
So, Panocher is a version of Panocha.
All right, maybe you just...
By the way, I don't steal, but you're not a comedian, so fuck you. I'm taking that line.
You know what? I'd buy a pussy hat.
The funny thing is, on the 5 freeway, in between, that's what it says, Panocha. In between L.A. and San Jose, there's actually a road called Panocha Road. And then Little Panocha Road.
Little Pussy Road.
And everybody that speaks Spanish just laughs their fucking ass off. And white people have no idea because it's like Pussy and Little Pussy Road.
Yeah.
It's the funniest shit ever.
I was wondering if it was a 6-lane highway. Let's see.
Wow.
A couple more here. Mike in Delaware. Mike?
What's up?
Hey.
I have a question.
Yeah.
He was on the other radio show and talked with an attitude about Rogan. He said that he didn't sit in the back of the room. He doesn't listen to him. Rogan was coming in and out listening to his bits.
I never said I don't listen to other comics. I never said that. When I go to the Comedy Store, listen, when I go to the Comedy Store, like every other comic, I don't know if you know this, but a Comedy Store is where like comics hang out and do 15 minutes each. We all hang out and watch. That's what we do. We're comedians. You know what I mean? And so I never said that I don't watch. I said I don't have time when I'm doing 50 weeks a year to go hang out and try to steal people's shit.
Yeah,
if I wanted to.
I've been to the Comedy Store dozens of times, and these guys are all there at the same time waiting to go up. Of course you're sitting there watching.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. The room's dark. You can't even play cards or anything.
And you're sitting there watching and waiting for the light to go on so you can go on next. Because let's be honest. Comics are pieces of shit, and we want to go on. And more than anything, you see comics back there just waiting for that light to go on.
Yeah.
When that light goes on,
that's it.
That's it. We're like, I'm next.
Every comic's intro should be, our next act has a void in his life he fills with the adulation of strangers. Please welcome Daddy Never Hugged Me, searching for some type of meaning in his hard existence.
Please
the
laugh or
self-centered
he'll
kill himself. He could be German, could be Mexican. We think he's Honduras. We know him as Ned, but it's Carlos Mencia.
I was at the zoo the other day.
All right, Jesus. Flea from Cringe Humor. Go ahead, Flea.
Hi, Carlos. What's
Yes.
up?
I want to preface this by saying Flea is on the line here going, put me on the air with this guy.
That's right. I did say that. Carlos, you are unfunny. You're a hack. Nobody likes you. From any website. I'm from Cringe Humor, and that's not even the point. WackDag, nobody likes you. You are unfunny.
Flea.
What?
You can't deny that the guy is funny and he's successful. Well, how can you say no one likes him?
No denying that he's successful, but a lot of people who are unfunny
Comedy Central just picked up his second season of Mind of Mencia. He's going to sell out Caroline's all this weekend. So where does this no one likes him?
No, I'm not saying that.
You could say you don't like him. You could say the gang at CringeHumor.net doesn't like him. But to say no one likes him, it's kind of silly. I mean, he doesn't even have to defend that.
It's a small niche on the West Coast that likes him. It is that.
By the way, I just sold out in. I'm selling out in New York, and I'm already sold out next week in Richmond, Virginia, and last week I sold out in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That is a niche of the Southwest, right?
You what I think.
That area.
But that's fine. I never said.
Flea, I'm trying to.
Every fucking 5 minutes and nobody cares.
Flea, I'm trying to help you out. Your argument is ridiculous when you say no one cares. That's not true. The guy's very successful. He's been for many years, and this Comedy Central show is blowing up. You can't say that no one likes him. That's stupid.
No, it's true. There are people that like him, but it's that small niche. It is that group.
You're going to call Chris Rock next and tell him to stop saying nigga?
Listen.
Yeah, but at least when Chris Rock does it, it's funny.
Carlos does it. But don't listen to me. Don't watch my show. I'm not forcing me down anybody's throat. This is what you guys don't fucking understand.
Is that the new promo Comedy Central's running from you?
You know what? Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
The promos were, I think, we gave them a voice. We're getting lawyers. We know people are going to... Half my show is reading hate mail. If you don't like my shit, don't. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't fucking call me a spick and then pretend that race isn't an issue. Don't fucking come in here and go, it doesn't matter, fucking spick. Obviously it fucking matters. You're racist, and I don't give a shit that you are. Go watch whoever you want to watch.
Are you calling me racist?
No, somebody earlier called.
But have you watched Mind of Mencia?
I've seen it once, and I didn't like it, so I don't watch it.
And that's awesome.
Well, that's what you should say.
Good for you.
Other people are, and they're
yeah, but
enjoying
to me, it's tiresome material. It's hack voices. It's not.
Be nice and just say it's not your cup of tea.
It really isn't my cup of tea, but you know what? It's also not a lot of other people's. And you know what? It's just...
All right, Flea.
Flea, what is your favorite comedy show?
Oh, that's a good question.
My favorite. I actually don't watch TV.
But he watched this fucking asshole
once.
See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking. That's why I don't like responding to this stuff.
Ryan,
it's stupid.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, I had a question. You said that Joe's just starting shit with you, but when you went on that radio station, all the stuff you said was fake. You made all that shit up.
The only thing you could say I made up is the story that a couple of comics told me about, telling him. That's the only thing. Everything else...
Joe never paced back and forth in the back of the room like you said.
Dude, if Joe never watched me perform, how could he know that I steal shit?
Joe, after that show that night, Joe went right outside. He went back in for like 1 minute. You made it sound like he was pacing back and forth. That's why Joe got probably so upset. That you're just making up a bunch of shit.
That
and I
he
do know a
he
comedian
watches me perform?
that you stole from.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you who he is.
All right, Ryan.
You see what I'm fucking saying? And I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm surprised it didn't end with a...
This is too much fun. It really is just
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And listen, like I said, for all you guys that want to check, call KBPI. It's a station in Denver. It's called the Locker Room Morning Show. and ask them if Joe hasn't been saying negative shit about me stealing for years. It's just finally I got pissed off. I finally got pissed off and was like, I'm tired of this guy fucking bad-mouthing me every time somebody says, hey, what do you think of Carlos Mencia? Oh, he fucking steals. Ask me what I think of Joe Rogan.
What do you think of Joe Rogan?
I think he's a funny guy. Personally, he doesn't get along with me. He's got a problem with me. I got no problems with him.
But that's boring.
That's it.
We want to hear you say something.
He just doesn't want to get in a grapple hold
really.
on the stage of the Comedy Store.
You know what? Because if I really disliked his comedy or personal or something, I would. I really would.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't hate on other comics.
Well, obviously you like his material. It's given you a good living for many years now.
I'm telling you, dude. His material. Listen, if you add the word beaner to his stuff, holy shit.
Well,
Mexicans eat it up.
I'm going to look forward to the Zoo bit when I come down to see you.
I don't know what the guy's problem is. I really don't. Yeah. Look at the difference in demeanor. I'm laughing. Dude, he was in here pissed.
And that was after the pot lollipop. So.
Yeah, there was a little pot involved.
Pot lollipop.
Someone is like yelling at me on the instant feedback. The Jew from Whackback. Hey, Opie, isn't motherfucking Howard Stern popular? We never questioned his popularity, you ass. We questioned if he's actually doing an entertaining show anymore.
See what I mean?
We never questioned Howard Stern's popularity.
Yeah, but I think that's what the guy's getting at, is that you can be popular and not funny. Like you were telling that guy, look, Carlos has a show.
Okay.
He got picked up, blah, 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 but, he could still be popular. And what you were saying is, look, he's done that, and that guy's pointing out Howard.
But no, it's different, because Flea's like saying that no one finds Carlos, funny.
Right, that would be like us saying no one finds Howard entertaining.
And that would sound completely ridiculous.
Right.
We question how he treats his own people, fellow employees.
It's like saying everyone thinks there's a Bondo monkey.
And we've also
fucking bombing with the Bondo monkey here.
We've also stated
I think that there's one.
That he's not trying anymore. He's still putting on an entertaining show because the numbers show it, but we don't think he's trying anymore. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit.
Bondo monkey
hangs
out with the chupacabra.
Oh. And what about this civilization?
I think he's a fake Jew, Howard. They call him phony Jew.
For Jew.
For Jew. All right, we should take a break.
Yes.
Do you want to still hang, Carlos?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And I
love you guys. I've always loved you guys.
I forgive you, Adam. For trading my
these two have been eyeing each other since that.
I got a blast from the
sandwich.
Past. Yeah? Your
devil
ex-producer was actually in San Jose at that big theater thing that we did.
Yeah.
So we were talking about you the whole time. It was awesome.
Good old Rick. He's doing all right, I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After he got fired from here, he's at that station over
there.
Yeah.
Well, he's got fired a couple times.
He's got to be a good boy, man. Because they sent him to the capital of homosexuals and Asians, two of his favorite targets.
Yeah.
I mean, believe me. We have more songs of him bragging on gay people and Asians.
Well, he's already in trouble with the Asian community.
Oh, yeah. He didn't do anything, and he was in trouble just for moving there.
And they're on like the websites going, Godzilla's coming.
Yeah. That's how they picture Rick, blowing fire out of his mouth and stepping on their building.
He come fast. He come from East Coast.
All right, Gary Hoey, you should get us out of here for a while.
Wait a minute. Make
GaryHoey.com.
Before he starts playing, Carlos's tape recorder is going to interfere with his amp.
Yeah,
turn off your tape recorder.
I apologize. Hold on, let me get stenographer. Get out of the room. Get out of the goddamn room.
We actually had people email us saying that you stole something from us. I'm going to start this by saying, obviously, that did not happen. Remember when you were in here? And
you guys turned me on to the idea of the guy that shit in the... and what we did was we gave him an award.
Right, that's all it was.
We gave him a Titiri award for you know...
The guy that they found in the
porta potty.
In the porta potty looking at girls as they were taking dumps. Right. You were here, we had a lot of fun with that, and then it ended up on your show. Yeah. But of course something like that should end up on a comedy show.
Yeah, but...
And it was completely different.
We just gave him an award.
No, I understand. I'm not saying you did it. Yeah. It's just this is how people think.
And they did the story, I think, on Weekend Update on SNL and The Daily Show. So
it was an AP story.
Those motherfuckers stole it from me.
Fucking stole it.
Sons of bitches.
There are times that there's just obvious shit. Like Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise are having a baby, right?
Right.
So I was watching Leno and Letterman last night. They both had the exact same joke. So who ripped off who, or was it that the obvious thing?
Yeah, but Leno's not really Mexican.
That's true.
He's not?
Nope.
You know,
He's
that was
German.
That was the only timely joke Letterman had, and then he's talking about crime in New York City and rats. It's like, Jesus, dude.
Wasn't Carson doing those jokes before he went out to L.A.?
It's like
those are old New York bits.
Get out of your compound and walk around a while and see what's going on in New York.
Yeah, well, you won't hear the comics.
Out of touch.
You won't hear either of these comics bashing Letterman.
It's okay. I'll, whatever.
Bash Letterman? What did I say earlier? You won't get young guys to talk shit about me. You won't get me to talk shit about Letterman.
Nope.
He still refers to hookers hanging out in Times Square. It's like, have you been down there in the last decade?
Yeah, it's clean.
There's not a hint of a hooker down there anymore.
Yeah. You know, it's a shame. I couldn't find one last night anywhere.
But it's
crazy.
Where are they?
It's
Where
surprising.
are the hookers at?
It's surprising to me that he obviously has writers he has writers around him. You would think they would be brave enough to go, Dave, the hookers or something. They're not there anymore.
Right. He had a great
the joke
Mayor
still
Abe
works,
Beam
but
joke.
He should hire my writers. Dude, my writers, holy shit, when they write something that's funny, they do not fucking let it go. I mean, I had to say a couple times, like right before we taped, guys, we need to write a different fucking joke for that. But it's funny. Well, when you have the show of Lookner, the mind of Lookner, you can put it on your fucking show. But it's a mind of Mencia. We need a different joke. These guys, oh my God, they cling to that shit.
Well, if you ever
really
need an
funny
example
guys,
of pounding something into the ground, it's this program right here.
Speaking of which, Mike from California. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, you guys are fucking great. You are blowing up out here in California. I put XM in all my work trucks, and I won't hire a fucking guy unless I listen to your fucking show.
Thank you, you fucking fuck.
Hey, isn't that comedy? You got to say the fucking F word.
Yeah,
that's right.
Used to be a fucking Stern fan. Started listening to you guys. The guy's just not funny anymore. Mencia, I've never listened to you, man. I got to be honest, but you haven't been very funny on the show today. And guys, I got to call you out. You haven't played all the radio clips of him talking shit about Rogan, about how Rogan was standing backstage. He said that shit. You guys should play that just to be fair. I think Joe's a funny guy, and, if I had to go to war, obviously, who do you want on your side, right? So,
real war with fighting involved?
Seriously, if there's a real war, you want me, because I got much more backup. Much more backup.
I think Joe could take him single-handedly.
Nazis or Spicks, man?
Huh?
Nazis or Spicks?
Yeah, the Beaners. I'm telling you.
Nazis and Spicks, that's a good combination.
Yeah, that's who you want, dude.
That's who Carlos is going to bring to the fight.
German bean
Mike,
dip.
here's the deal.
That's right. Beaner schnitzels.
Mike, we could go on.
Good, I'll give you that.
We could go on for hours. What are we supposed to do? Replay Joe Rogan's entire appearance? Hold on. That's what I was going to say. We did tell Joe that Carlos was coming in because when that was all going down, lucky us, we're like, whoa, Carlos is coming in within a week or 10 days of that appearance. I forget. Probably a little over a week. So I said, Joe, you got the hotline. Get up early and call if it's a big deal. I think we did a good enough job, like confronting Ned, Punisher, and we played some highlights, and we asked Anthony asked some tough questions. But questions I wasn't going to ask him.
Everything was answered.
Yeah.
By the way,
how far do you want us to go with this? If Joe Rogan cares that much, he'd call our show and go at it with them. I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you,
I'll be
sir.
looking for you at the Yankee game. We got you last night out here in Cali.
Yeah, well, it's all tied up back to the stadium. We'll see how it goes.
All right, guys, I'll be listening. Thanks a lot.
All right, Mike.
Bye.
Yeah, that little friggin' Chinese guy on the mound last night.
Right. Oops. It's weird because, now it looks like we're picking sides because now we got Carlson here. We did the best we can. And then when Joe shows up next time, we'll kiss his ass and make you look stupid. So
I am not going to...
I'm just fucking with you.
You don't understand. This is radio.
Yeah.
I got some emails going, dude, fucking Opie hung out with you before. He didn't defend you. And I was like, dude, that's radio. They're putting on it. They're doing a show, you fuck. That's what they're supposed to do.
I like when Rogan comes in and goes off like he did, and then to have you come in and answer it.
That's great.
That's
People are listening,
all we
right?
were looking for.
Exactly.
That's it.
Bravo. In the end,
exactly.
do I care? No.
Neither do I.
No.
Neither do I. Because here's the thing. It's like I haven't done any material. You know what I mean? We haven't done like the normal type of interview where you guys ask me some shit and then I go off on Hurricane Katrina victims and all that kind of stuff. You know?
Some hurricane material?
Please.
Who doesn't, right?
Please. But that's my point. So I haven't done any of that, so people that have never heard me are like, fuck, man, there's nothing funny about what's going on in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Gary
so they're
Hoey.
judging me by that, but I don't give a shit.
Hold on, Gary Hoey, what's your latest
I'm kidding.
album?
The new album's called Monster Surf.
All right.
In store now.
All right, play us a little something going into break, because when we get back...
Chink in the painting.
Hurricane Katrina material from...
That's what
I want to play. I want to play something for Ned.
Yeah, beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Here we go, baby.
More with Carlos Mencia in just a bit. He's playing Caroline's all this weekend here in New York City.
Reich du schnell! We will take our Mercedes! We will go down the Champs-Élysées! We will go to the zoo! This is my famous zoo joke! Look at some monkeys! Look at them! The big monkey! He's the big monkey! Bondo chimps! Giant monkeys! We will create giant apes! Bondo monkeys! Isn't that what they call Mexicans that work at an auto shop? Bondo monkeys! Bondo monkeys! Stand those fenders, you Bondo monkeys! Fix that there, Bondo monkey!
We're turning your mics off.
I just love a drive in the country, laughing with Opie and Anthony. That plane is flying awfully low, don't you think, Ramon? Ramon, call 911.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
This is the Opie and Anthony program. That's live. Gary Hoey in studio.
Hoey's good.
Hoey rock.
For a second there, I was going to be like, where can I get this album? Who is that? And then I look over and he's jamming.
He's jamming right in front of you.
Badass,
You
dude.
can. He's got an album. I'll give you a copy.
No, you don't have to. I'll buy it. I'll put some money in the fund for you. That's badass, dude.
Hoey's an Eskimo.
What's the name of the new CD again?
It's called Monster Surf.
Yes, of course. And Carlos Mencia in studio. He's playing Caroline's all this weekend, starting tonight, 8 o'clock show, all the way through Sunday. And Rick wants in. Rick, go ahead.
Hey, Carlos, you might look at his eyes a little closer. He might be wearing them brown contacts.
Are you wearing brown contacts, sir?
You motherfucker. You son of a bitch. How did you find that out? How did you find that out?
Covering up that blonde hair with the hair dye, too.
Yeah. God damn.
That great. I love the show.
All right, thank you. Oh, man. Let's say hi to Doug in Tennessee. Doug, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, I just want to say I've been listening to Opie and Anthony show for a couple of months now, and I love it. I quit listening to Mancow. But anyway, I just want to tell Carlos that I love your work, man, and your little thing on Mind of Mencia about the Army. I'm a white guy, and I was in the Airborne, dude.
Oh, that's right.
What was that bit? I don't think I saw that one.
Well, it's this whole bit about how, like, everything starts off with somebody telling me some shit. So this guy came up to me once after a show, after I did some Middle Eastern stuff, And he was like, you should be careful, be doing jokes about those people, you know, they're crazy. And I'm like trying to say, are you crazy?
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me you're fucking crazy? And he's like, I'm just saying, you know, we're crazy people. And I was like, dude.
Obviously.
I go, I'm an American. We're fucking crazy. You guys aren't crazy. Maybe other Americans are afraid of you. I'm not a pussy American. I ain't fucking afraid of you. And he goes, well, you know, we fucked up 2 of your buildings. And I go, and we fucked up 2 of your countries. You want to play this fucking game? Let's keep going, bitch. We're fucking crazy. You know, we might get an atomic weapon. We do have them. And we have used it. We're the only fucking country to drop nukes on another one. You don't know shit. I'm fucking crazy. Plus, you don't want to mess with a country that has the mixed that we have. You know, we have crazy white guys. That's who jumps out of fucking planes. Blacks and beaters, we will not jump out of a fucking plane. But white dudes, X Games, bitch. You guys will fucking do it. Black guys drive our tanks. I don't know if you know this. Racially speaking, more black guys drive tanks than any other race, and our hit-to-kill ratio is 75-1.
Yeah, but the tanks all have rims on them.
Exactly.
Spinners.
What is... It does drive-bys. That's why we're so good at this shit. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the interesting thing. Hispanics get the shittiest grades in America. The easiest branch of the military to get into is actually the Army, which you would think there are more people of Hispanic descent in the Army, but there's not. There's more people of Hispanic descent in the Marine Corps, and that's because they're the first to always fight. So when we got to go kick...
Knife fighting, baby.
So when we have to go kick Iraq's ass, and we get a phone call from Iran and Pakistan, right, who border the country on the east, west, and south, and they say, you can fly over our airspace, but you cannot step on our ground to inject troops to kill our Muslim brothers. That's when the president can call the Bean of Marines and say, can you guys cross the border without being seen?
And it's not that long a trip from Tijuana to Pendleton. That's a pretty
you're right.
Quick little job.
Pendleton is just like 30 miles away from the border. It's a
man. People that haven't lived in California, in Southern California, because I used to live. I lived in San Juan Capistrano for
where the birds fly.
Years. Yeah, the swallows come back every year. Blah blah blah. And
swallows come back and Anthony shoots them.
Yeah, shoot them, bastards. And people don't realize. I don't know if they still do it. The artillery practice.
Yes.
Where at night you'll just hear. You hear bombs going off over the hills.
It's badass, right?
You'd think it's thunder at first when I first moved out there, and then
I like when they do the amphibious training. That's badass. Yeah. When they have the boats that turn into cars.
Yeah.
That's some shit right there, dude.
It's great stuff to watch, and then you hear them just blowing shit up all the time.
That's badass.
There.
Yeah. All right, now we got to go back to the phones. The reaction we're getting today is unbelievable. Unbelievable. A lot of positive, negative as well. Jose, go ahead.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, man.
How the fuck does this motherfucker say he's an American and he didn't even pass the citizenship test yet?
Wait. I did pass the test. I just didn't go swear in.
Hey, come on, asshole. You're not American. Shut the fuck up. Bye, guys.
Wait a minute. But because you didn't swear in, now you got to take the test again?
I have to do everything all over again. I even have to take the picture again. And now the pictures are really weird because since September 11th, so you actually have to, like, show both ears and certain angles of your face so that they can scan it and digitally.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's creepy.
Pretty strict.
Yeah,
hey, you know
creepy.
something? Good. I don't have to do it, so fuck, I'm good. I want everything. I want UPC codes tattooed on your foreheads. So the cop could just pull you over and go, scan you like a grocery item.
No, but they should do that now.
Pop up.
I should have that now. When you become an American citizen, they should drop that shit.
Yeah.
Like now, like if you want to become a resident, that's when they should put barcodes and all kinds of creepy shit.
I love the idea of a barcode being on people. I like it on the hand so the cop could just be there and go, all right, put your hand out the window. And from his car, he could just, all right, you can go. Continue. Like no danger of getting shot,
but
nothing.
You know those scanners never work. The cop's going to be in the back going, I need the key. I need the key.
Crime check on the Negro in the Chevy. I need a crime check.
Let's say hi to a barcode. That'd be funny. You know that wetbacks wouldn't give a shit. You know that, right? You know that if you went anywhere south of the border and you said, hey, we'll let you in, but you got to put a barcode on.
Yeah,
barcode.
Oh, they're barcoding their asses
I tattoo it myself.
Right, I know.
Where do you want it?
All right, let's go to Albert in Texas. Albert.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
All right, Albert.
I also want to say what's up to Adam. I think he's a funny dude, too.
Thanks, brother.
as far as all these other guys dogging Carlos, man, you know what, Carlos? I get that shit out here, too, man. I mean, I own my own truck, got a big old black Peterbilt, and there's some guys that just can't see another dude succeed. Before I started listening to O&A, I used to listen to XM Comedy. And I've never heard Carlos say a joke that was repeated from another comic. I see you, Carlos, every time you come to El Paso, you kick ass. They never missed a show. That Take a Joke America CD is the fucking best I've heard in a long time.
I love that CD, without a doubt.
I think my favorite is America Rules, dude. You get if you're a Carlos fan, you got to get that album.
Well,
America
now I got to
Rules.
see the covers of your albums because there's one I really enjoyed a lot.
America Rules.
Maybe it was America
was
Rules.
recorded 11 days after September 11th, and I wrote every single one of those jokes within 3 days, and then recorded that album. It is so fucking raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I listen to it now and go, oh.
Yeah,
ooh. Oh, you know what I mean? It was funny.
Yeah.
But because the audience was pissed.
Oh, I liked Take a Joke America.
Doubt it.
Yeah, they let me get away with more shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
I want to get into the battle one of these days between Adam and Brian Regan, because I hear that's hot and heavy. Both of you nasty potty
I heard
mouths.
about that one.
Awful. You know
I
why?
heard about that.
He's a Cuban.
Jack in Kansas. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, what's up, Carlos? You're badass, man. I'm a big fan.
I appreciate that, man. I was just in Kansas.
Oh yeah, cool.
Up in Lawrence at the University of Kansas.
All right, I got to point out something.
That's a niche in the Southwest.
Why is it that all the guys, sticking up for you, all have the same accent?
Beaners?
They all have the same accent on the phones.
What did I tell you earlier?
Jack, what's your nationality?
I got backup, bitch.
Hispanic, man. Mexican.
I want
Mexican, huh?
I want just one white dude to stick up for Carlos.
One
today.
white guy did from the South.
Isn't he a little far
Earlier.
north for...
Yeah, Kansas?
Kansas.
The fucking...
Dude, you were supposed to stop in, like, Oklahoma.
No, he was supposed to stop in Texas.
Texas?
He just went one state further and went, I'm sure immigration isn't coming this far. If you hit Kansas, they let you go. They let you go. Kansas or bust.
Doug in Nebraska.
Hey, Carlos, I love your stuff, man. Rogan sucks. Rogan is good for one thing. He makes me turn the radio off whenever he comes on. Maybe he's just pissed because you actually have a comedy show, and he has to watch people eating fucking intestines.
Ooh. And what's your nationality, Doug?
I'm a big fat white guy.
Well, here's something.
I'm a big fat white guy.
Here's something a little different. Wizard, he loves the beaner, but wants to give him shit, so he earns it. So let's go to the Wizard.
The love?
Wizard.
Yo, man, what's up, Beaner?
What's up, bro?
Hey, bro.
Wait, are you a cracker?
Fuck no, man. I'm a truck driver, I say.
Is it Grand Wizard?
No, I ain't that damn good. They just call me Wizard, the one and the only.
Are you Rubber Ducky?
No,
we got ourselves a convoy.
You can get that girl up in front of me. I guarantee that duck will squeal.
You're something, Wizard.
Hey,
is that your call name? Hey, Wizard, is that your call name on the CB? Seriously?
Yeah, man, Wizard 221, United States Nation on 18 wheels, brother.
Holy shit! They get on the radio and go, "Hey, Wizard 221."
You got the Wizard. With 10-8 on the side. Keep her between the ditches. You shake the trees, I'll rake the leaves, good buddy. Got some pretty seat covers out here. Just look out for the Kojak with the Kodak.
Say, yell into that and say, "We got ourselves a convoy."
You got you a convoy there, Wizard? Convoy.
You can't call it a convoy anymore, man. They'll bust your ass. It's against the law. You know what we call it now? Like now I'm in Illinois. We call it the choo-choo train, motherfuckers. Get the hell out of the way.
The choo-choo train.
Puerto Ricans call it that too, but it's referring to something different.
All right, Wizard, you done?
I'm done, bro. Be cool.
All right, there you go. So what do you got on the Hurricane Katrina?
We can't call it a convoy no more. It's against the law.
Against the law? How is
sound the choo-choo?
Calling it a convoy?
How do you go from convoy to... You're a fucking truck driver. You can't say choo-choo, dude.
No.
You can't say choo-choo if you're a truck driver.
I can't see Chris Christopherson starring in Choo-Choo. Doesn't really work.
Mercy sakes alive, we got us a choo-choo.
A choo-choo. Won't you join up on our choo-choo? Yeah.
Why don't you slide right in our choo-choo, bandit?
What they say can't be done.
I'm running block for a choo-choo.
I love that this song says we're gonna do what they say can't be done.
Yeah.
A bunch of trucks can't get on the road and ride in the same direction. Who fucking said that? Who was the person? You can't. I bet you can't get a bunch of trucks in a row going in the same direction. What the hell? I bet you can't. What is that, Stonehenge? What is it? You can't cross the yellow lines. A flying machine? That's preposterous. What the fuck? Wings. Only birds have wings, son. Only birds have wings.
They had
wanted us to fly. He'd have given us wings.
They had a long way to go and a short time to get there. See, that's the...
Hey, you can't drive fast and get there quicker. That's bullshit.
They had to work together.
Right.
Can't do it. Not unless it's downhill.
That's what it was about.
Rubber ducky.
I noticed we had a phone call on the line. I'm just worried for his safety. Is he going to shoot himself?
Jim Norton? I don't know. I'll call him after the show.
Jimmy called. His name was on the phone thing, and just to think, we don't have time for you, Jimmy.
No,
he's going to jump out of fucking building.
We were just in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, I miss you, Jimmy. I miss you. Last time he was here.
We all miss our little Jimmy Norton.
Jimmy comes back Tuesday for a few days, and then he goes back out to Hollywood. He's filming an HBO series.
Hollywood.
Oh, he's doing a half-hour special?
No, that airs October 21st.
Okay.
He's doing the Louis C.K.
The Louis C.K. Is he like a regular cast member on the show?
Oh, yeah, he is.
Fucking it. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but great things about that show,
So
by
we
the way.
lost Jimmy for like 3 or 4 months. He's coming and going. He comes back for a few days, and he goes back out for a couple
we have
weeks.
people fill in.
Jimmy's fucking funny.
Adam Farrar, who's playing Rascals in
Montclair,
starting tonight, right?
Tonight, Thursday through Sunday.
So the Hurricane Katrina thing, not to set you up, but some observations.
Well, they didn't let me say some shit on Comedy Central, which pissed me off.
I don't doubt it.
They didn't let me say, well, what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about those stupid fucking people that they actually sent buses to the ghetto to pick up, but they didn't get on the bus.
Yeah.
And, of course, because they were black, people were like, well, you can't, some of those people died. And I'm like, what the fuck? They sent buses to pick them up. And they asked these people, why didn't you get on? And they were like, well, where were we going to go? Motherfucker, away from the hurricane, bitch. How about that shit?
Just leave the area.
Just get the fuck out. Do you know that there's a huge Honduran and Mexican population in New Orleans?
They must have left.
Exactly.
Because I saw none of them.
None. They sent one fucking bus, and we all got on it. One goddamn bus, and they said, we're taking you to Mexico. And they said, we don't give a fuck. Is Hurricane going to Mexico? No. Vámonos a Mexico. Fucking idiots.
I didn't see one Honduran dangling from a helicopter. And that whole, every bit of coverage I watched.
This is fucking unbelievable, these people. You gotta feel sorry for them. Motherfucker. And then they try to equate it, well, you live in Southern California where they have earthquakes. Yeah, but we wake up one day and shit's shaking. They don't tell us for a whole fucking week on the news. Hey, you see that giant fucking cloud down there? The one so big it's got a fucking name? By the way, you guys live below sea level surrounded by water. You're basically a bowl, and guess what's coming? Soup. Get the fuck out. No, we're just stay and hang out, see what happens. I was blown away when I heard the hospitals are losing power, right?
Yeah.
Auxiliary power. They actually don't have fucking codes there. Like in California, we have codes, right? You got to build structures big enough. When they're big, you got to put springs underneath because there's fucking earthquakes. Yeah. These people live below sea level. They're surrounded by fucking dikes, and they put their fucking generators in the basement.
In the basement, right.
I have nothing.
I got nothing else.
I guess
the fucking basement.
I guess it should be on the roof.
Yeah, well, not one person said, hey, maybe we ought to put a code in there. Nothing. Fucking people.
I wasn't sure if you want me to jump in and say, I guess it should be on the roof.
You could. Go. No,
that's
it. I mean, you could draw your own fucking conclusions. It's unfucking believable. And then they shoot at the fucking helicopters, and then they go, why motherfucker ain't picking the nigga up? Don't shoot the fucking helicopters. The fuck you guys doing? Oh, is it because I'm black? It's because you got a gun, motherfucker. I don't care that you're black. Holy shit, who cares? Get the fuck out.
Oh, man.
And now all of a sudden, that city needs to be rebuilt. Who's going to rebuild it? Black people ain't coming back. That place is going to turn into little fucking Mexico. That's all that's... Who's going to fucking build it? I swear to God, this is a true story. I know it sounds fucked up, but it's true. My friend, he took pictures of this shit, and he actually took a video camera to the stadium in Houston, right? Mm-hmm. Remember when that big deal was going down when they were giving out $2,500 gift cards?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
They actually had contractors, big contracting companies that won bids to rebuild shit in New Orleans. He took a picture of both lines at the same time. The fucking contractor's line had 2 people in it. 2 fucking people. And they were both beaners. They weren't even the fucking black people in the other shit.
2 people just trying to get some work.
2 beaners just like, you're going to rebuild, let's go. And everybody else.
Seeing an opportunity and the rest getting their free...
Where's my money?
Their free credit card
Holy shit. It's unfucking believable. And Comedy Central was like, you can't say that stuff. Some of the people died. I'm like, some people should fucking die. They're retarded. Well, because it's only because they, you know what I mean? Because they tell them, hey, a hurricane's coming. I bet you if they told them a big-ass black nigga with a 12-inch dick is going to come and fuck you and your family in the ass in 3 days, I bet you they'd get the fuck out.
A hurricane's the only thing you get advance notice for.
And they still die.
And you still... For anyone to die like that in a hurricane is completely ridiculous. You have advance notice that it's coming. It's not like an earthquake. Tornadoes just spring up out of nowhere.
And it's got a name. You guys get hit by blizzards. When's the last time you got hit by a blizzard called Alberto? When's the last time that shit happened? See, it's political correctness. They should give these hurricanes fucked up names. You know what I mean? That scare people, that make people go, holy shit. Katrina
really.
Not fucking scary.
Didn't scare me.
Scary-ass Puerto Rican with a knife. That might make a motherfucker get out. You see what I'm saying? Something scary, something creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say that. People died, Carlos. People are fucking stupid. There's a place called Tornado Alley and people live there.
Yeah.
There's not... You don't even need a joke for that. It's fucking Tornado Alley. And they're still surprised. I can't believe I got hit by a tornado.
And people will they'll move right back into New Orleans. They won't do anything to make it any safer. They can't lift it above sea level. And they'll rebuild, and people will move in their businesses and houses again, and over time, it might take 100 years.
It's open now, the French Quarter.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they made a big deal about the first strip club reopening.
We need our tits.
Oh, yeah.
We need our tits.
Sure.
That's very important.
They're dancing back.
The titties are back.
Yeah, the titties are back. Yes.
And there'll be a Mardi Gras.
Please welcome to the main stage, Katrina.
Yeah. How many Katrinas are going to be stripping there?
Carlos, that's going to be the new big name, Katrina.
Yeah.
I got a quick question for you. So you're doing the show on Comedy Central, Mind and Mencia. They picked up the second season.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
But you just brought up something that was very interesting. Doesn't it get frustrating when you know there's material that will kill on the TV show? Like this Hurricane Katrina stuff, and they're saying, dude, you just can't do that because people died.
Right.
Isn't that frustrating?
Yeah,
because that's the shit we went through. Fuck the FCC. That's some of the shit we went through on commercial radio.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Now we're on satellite. The freedom we have to just pretty much let it fly is unbelievable.
Beautiful, right? Yeah.
So how do you deal with that?
We did see, like, we got around it by saying, I think I did some of the material, but I said something like, I'm not talking about the people that died or the sick people. I'm talking about the people that could get out.
Right.
You got to, like, preface it by saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still edgy for TV.
But there's probably
there's
also
like
other stuff that you know would just kill.
Yeah.
You know, you're a creative guy, funny guy, and they're saying, nah, because of some stupid reason.
Most of the stuff that they've not let us get away with, believe it or not, is shit that you'd be like, you got to be kidding me. That's what they chose to fight about? Let me think of one. Oh, here's an example. You guys were talking earlier about the mariachis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did this piece where I was a mariachi guy, and I was singing really fucking obnoxious songs to people. You know, so there was a couple in there. We're just friends. He wants to fuck you. He wants to fuck you. You know what I mean? Shit like that. And there was this Asian group, and they were celebrating Chinese New Year at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
So there's this whole stupid song about what are you doing celebrating fucking Chinese New Year at a Mexican restaurant, blah, blah, blah. And then there was the tag, and the tag was, come back when it's Cinco de Mayo. And they actually didn't let us say that.
So you couldn't say Cinco de Mayo.
They bleeped Cinco de Mayo. Meanwhile, I said Beaner and Wetback 32 times on that episode.
Well, because you're a Beaner.
Because you can
an Asian guy would be able to get away with saying
that's the stupidest rule in comedy. You're allowed to say because you're one of them. I hate that rule.
Yeah, but then we did
a
piece
called... That's why Whitey
called...
gets so gypped.
But we did a piece called Nigger Nigga, and they didn't beep that. But Cinco de Mayo, that's where they drew the line.
All right, with that, we got to say goodbye to Carlos Mencia. He's playing Caroline's all this weekend. Very funny guy. I've seen many Carlos shows, and I enjoy it every time because you change up your material. Caroline's, the number here in New York City, 212-757-4100. Carlos, thank you so much.
Love you guys. Love the show. Thanks.
Bye. Man. Gary Hoey, the name of the new CD?
Monster Surf in stores now.
Enjoy Asia, right, my friend?
Thanks, bro.
Play us out of here.
All right, Adam.
Oh, I'm at Rascals in Montclair tonight through Sunday.
Sorry about that,
Jersey.
Adam. I know we're going to see you tomorrow. That's the only reason. I'm sorry.
Cool, man.
All right, Gary, playing live. Hit us.
All right,